What?
Wait, how do you make this shit loop?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, my bad.
Fucking it up, eh? Fucking, yeah. You already know. Now it's slow. In the club with the dough. Gotta get it, yeah.
There you go.
Melody, spit it out. Y'all niggas gotta twist that. Yeah, motherfucker, bitch, yeah. I don't need a beat, just two sounds. Y'all niggas whack, can't spit like clown. Y'all don't even know. I ain't got a drum, I ain't got a roll. I just got the dough, no beat. That's how we rollin'. All my niggas swollen.
Yo, that shit's perfect.
Clips in the map.
Podcasts and stuff, we just started. I went to the Spectrum store. We out here trying to save money because that shit's poor. But you know what? All the channels, I need more and more. I'm bored, so I go crazy. I'm tired of being lazy. Grandma, why don't you save me? Probably because she not here. I don't know. That was it. That was it. That was like my worst intro bars ever. That was my worst intro bars ever. I was like, that was disgusting. Nah, but yo, I went to Spectrum, yo, today, yo, and like, I don't know, man, I almost killed someone, yo. Like, I don't know why. It's something about walking into those stores, yo. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it just bring out this anger. It's funny, like, you know, I feel like at this point, I feel like a lot of the New Yorkers just have it. It's dormant in some of us, you know what I mean? like this kind of like rage, you know what I mean? And I feel like it doesn't come out a lot for me, but one of the triggers, I swear, man, if I see the boys in blue, and I ain't talking about cops, I'm talking about Spectrum or AT&T, it's just like I'm just looking for any excuse. You breathe on me, fun, and I just start attacking. Yo, like I was like I gotta wait.
What are you there for?
My mom, she was switching. So, like, I'm already in a battle because I have to do a lot of it, like, for her. And I'm, like, just, I don't know. It's just because, look, I only want to be there. It's just dumb. And, yeah, I was probably, like, maybe a little bit too angry. My man tried to claim yo, man, we trying to practice social distancing and stay 6 feet apart, probably because I was getting a bit too livid, you know? But, yeah, I don't know, man. Something about that company, man, make me want to hurt somebody, dude.
Yeah. I don't really like the cable companies. I don't think anyone's, you know. Yeah. Never seen one.
It's just true scumbags, man. It's just, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuckery, dude.
And, yeah, no. I don't think anyone, I don't know. It's not a debate there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have your devil's advocate for that. That was like trash.
Yeah.
You know, there was an anime long ago called I see the thing, but I can't. It has something to do with photography. Let's see if I can use the browser while streaming. Let's find out. Something like how much is type photography? It's like speed grapher. I think that's what it was. Now that I'm like here writing, I think it was like speed grapher. Yeah, 2005 anime. And you know that one had like a villain and stuff. And I don't even remember the real lore of that. But I remember hearing the main villain though, like even though he's doing bad and treacherous things, he kind of just really wanted some weird thing, like he and like rich people or something, or just a higher class, like in Japan or whatever. And he did some crazy shit where he creates this little private community of like, almost in like, what's that Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman movie? You know, some Illuminati type shit. This motherfucker jump in here with beats, yo. He got like an entrance music. It's like a fucking wrestler or some shit.
Yeah, the guy did. Let the beats play. That's like the trumpets.
Yeah.
When they got that little trumpet guy, he comes. Lord Duke is here.
Motherfuckers interrupting motherfuckers with that shit.
See? The Duke is here. See, look, he just laughed. Yeah. He's controlling the music, so he had it playing while he came on. Because, you know, it's the digital trumpet guy. Small Duke is here.
Ah, shit.
It's good though, man.
All right.
Uh-oh.
You know.
Uh-oh. What the hell?
Oh shit, I'm still good. Oh no.
It's COVID.
Well, I don't even. You came in. We were just two noble common men, you know, talking about common men, and then we saw your chariots and trumpets. We heard your trumpets, and I don't even remember what we were talking about. Just poor people shit, I guess.
I was talking about an anime and complaining about some shit. What the fuck? Why is that still going on?
How is it out there, man? Y'all good out there?
Yo, we doing a podcast. Yeah. We got power. We out here podcasting and shit. So
That
yeah.
shit was on the news, crazy, man. Y'all niggas just like,
It's like a week worth, I guess.
word.
Yo, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
What was we saying though? Yeah, your daddy, daddy weathered the storm. That's all. Right? That's what you need to know. My dad is solid. Ice cold, frosty.
Yeah, y'all was frosty. Y'all was cold. I remember you was talking all that shit. Yo,
I mean, it really wasn't too crazy, but yeah, it's just not, don't have the infrastructure for it. But I mean, in terms of the storm itself, being from the Northeast, it wasn't like a crazy storm or anything.
Yeah, yo, if we didn't run out of power, it probably just would have been a good time for everybody, and everybody would just play in the snow and shit. Like he said, though, we don't have the infrastructure. We got our own private little grid that only Texas uses with itself, and
you
it
saw the
sucks.
memes.
It's trash.
They was if y'all would have saw the memes, they were saying Texas infrastructure is made of Lego blocks.
I couldn't see the memes because I ain't have
really
power.
Just don't have salt and plows for the most part.
Well,
but I mean,
that was an issue because you weren't driving. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about power, like a grid. Is the salt and plowing gonna help the grid?
Yes, because if people need to get to places to repair stuff and they can't drive, then how are you gonna fix things?
That's interesting. I don't know if that really was the case. Yeah, maybe it was. I ain't had no power.
It doesn't help that you can't drive anywhere either. How are you gonna get people to work on stuff if you need extra help or this or that?
No, I get that. I think, but like, right? Normally we wouldn't have. Normally, like we don't have enough stoves to probably warrant them. Would probably be their counter to that, right? So maybe just keep one plow on deck, right? Just for them. But if you just have a grid that can maybe tolerate that much, wattage or whatever it is, I don't know. Then nothing probably happens, right? And
well, I guess you have power, no roads.
Normal shutdown. Like the normal shutdown,
What do you mean a normal shutdown?
It's the normal. It's the shutdown where everybody is kind of just calm at home, and we just wait it out. New York has a shutdown. It takes a lot more snow.
What does weatherizing have to do with just regular shutdowns?
What does weatherizing? What do you mean?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I was just saying, like, I think if they just had a grid that could handle all that shit, it would be fine.
I get that. Yeah, that's outside of snow. I'm talking about particular to what caused this one. Like,
I mean, to be fair, I ain't do no research.
And couldn't access the roads. It'd be like, that's dope. I didn't. But can't get supplies.
But why would anyone need any supplies for last week?
Everyone freaks out and buys everything from the grocery store. The one day it's there, and trucks can't come there for days or whatever.
But that only happened because no one had power.
Well, it happened. Power has nothing to do with plowing the roads.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if we had power, like normal, right? Just normal. Even if you have a week of snow, it would have just been a week of snow. And sure, like, it sucks for some people or some stuff gets shut down for that week. But I mean, like, I don't think HEB or none of those things get run.
Nobody should be crying about anything then. I don't think losing power is that crazy.
I know for you it's not. I think for the normal world,
people couldn't get water, and if this continues longer.
But if you don't lose power, then you probably don't lose the water, right?
Then what? If you what?
if we don't lose the power, we probably don't lose the water either, right? Or am I wrong on that? I really don't know.
It depends, I guess. And water's not the only thing you need, but yeah, no, I mean they should be prepared for stuff. I agree on that, but I don't know. I've lived outside in similar conditions with none of the comforts that people have, so I don't know. I'll just be prepared to be in whatever. No power, ice, snow, desert, windstorm. Whatever the fuck. It's gotta be the best prepared
You in a session again, dog?
Yeah, I got another one.
Yo, who are these clients that like don't mind you double dipping?
The thing that really sucks is just not being prepared for whatever it is that happens. It don't matter whatever aspect of it. If you're not prepared, that's when it sucks. Power, snow, too much anything.
Oh
This
yeah, no,
happens.
for
It's
sure.
Toilet paper, COVID, it's a lockdown. The roads are broke. That only hurts if you asked out and you need something that's being blocked by that. So
I think
to just be generally prepared for, well, not everything, but just to be generally prepared for stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I think what Abe was trying to say was
here it makes more sense to do the power grid because the power was the main issue that people were facing. What I'm saying is if there was a bigger storm, it would have been more of the problem of just power. It was like 4 feet of snow on the roads or 4 inches of snow and it's frozen. Like you can't go nowhere. The highways, I ain't never seen anything like that on the East Coast, but they're obviously prepared for
all that type of shit.
It's like the highways are shut down. Like, really? I've driven from New York to Albany in the snow, in the winter up there. But the shit's salted, it's this or that. Imagine we got 8 feet of snow or something like that, or 2 feet of snow here, what would have happened?
Well, with the power being gone, yeah, it'd be crazy. If the power wasn't gone, I don't think it'd be that big a deal to anybody. Well, not anybody, that's a wrong statement, but you know what I mean. To a majority of normal folk, I think they'd be just fine. But you have no power, everybody who's not prepared, right? A lot of people, a lot of their food go bad, so they only got 5 hours to go to H-E-B. Everybody's on the hustle to get a last-minute generator. Everybody's on the hustle to get a last grill.
I think you're taking for granted that you from the East Coast. I think you're a little biased and thinking that winter and snow
maybe too, man. I'm probably one of the few people who took
outside of there not being powered. That wasn't even really a big storm, is what I'm saying. Just in terms of snow. But
again, I didn't do the research. I don't even think that storm caused the power. To me, it was everybody wanting that much heat, which caused the power.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is if there was still power and it snowed 3 feet in Texas, there'd be problems.
But not like last week. It'd just be normal business.
You'd still have power. That's all. You'd be able to do
and everybody would be fine. Yeah, everybody would be fine.
They couldn't get to because they couldn't plow the roads because there's no plows. Like, that's dope. We all have power, but what
I
if
think
this lasts for 2 weeks? What if it snowed a week straight and you couldn't get trucks with shit you need from the store?
Then you start to get some.
To the store at any point
for sure. Shopping? Then maybe you start to get some. But look, it needs to be a long thing.
Did you have to go to the store and go shopping during this time?
I went with my family, but I didn't really need it. I fasted for 4 days, so I didn't even eat, and I took cold showers during this. So.
What does that have to do with the question?
I'm saying I really didn't have to go. I didn't have to go. Just like
I'm sure everybody took cold showers that didn't have heat.
No, I'm pretty sure most people didn't take showers in that. I'm pretty sure.
Or they fasted from taking showers. There you go. The smarter thing to do. You doing something separate, so that wasn't some survival thing you were doing.
Yeah. Did
you have to fast? Why'd you fast?
Because I thought it would be a better survival tactic.
To fast?
Yeah.
Well, surviving where?
Like, just ketosis puts your mind in that whole, like, survival mindset and blah, blah, blah and all that, you know?
Did you feel like you were in a survival situation?
It was a long time doing nothing, facing yourself, so yeah.
You're just bored.
Yeah.
In a survival situation.
I'm just sitting there in my room thinking forever, you know?
Yeah. No. Yeah, that don't sound like a situation at all. It sounds.
But you're also
awfully
comparing it to you,
comfortable,
to the
depending on
normal
what's- I'm talking
person.
about comparing it to a real survivor situation.
Yeah.
It's anyone. It don't have to be one that I ain't never been in no serious survival situation. Sleeping outside for 2 weeks with little food and not a lot of warm layers, that ain't necessarily a survival situation.
You're
Just
not.
saying. Being
Or
bored,
maybe the
being
definitions
bored, and
apply
not having power
relative.
is far from
The definitions
being
apply,
not having food and not being able to get it,
or the
not
definitions
having
apply
heat
relative
or
to
whatever.
yourself.
What'd you say?
The definitions apply relative to yourself, just like everybody's pain is
Survival
different.
situation is one where your life is at stake. That's what survival means. Did you ever feel like you were close to death that week?
Wasn't there like a CBS reality show called Survivor, and none of them
Did you ever
lives
feel
were
like you were
ever?
close to death, bored in your room during the storm?
Absolutely not. It's just cold.
All right then.
It's just cold.
There you go.
But I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people called Survivor on CBS, and they also didn't have their life in danger. It's a relative word. It's a relative word.
What are you talking about? The way they titled the name of a show?
Well, because
versus what
technically they're
survival means.
survivors, right? And they're in
That's just
survivor
what they're talking about.
situations.
They could have called that show "Trapped on an Island."
I'm just saying, words have whatever meaning that humans place
What's the
on
show
them.
talking about? What's that show supposed to be about?
I think if you
What's
survive,
the
you get
gist of the
money,
show?
right? At the end.
What's the gist of the show?
No, I think isn't that
Most
not
shows
it?
in TV are for money.
No, if the winners, the contestants on there, right? If you
Winners of
survive, of
What are
Survivor,
they surviving?
trapped on an island, like you said.
All right, so it's pretend surviving, right? It's fake. It's still fake trying to look like we surviving or really in a situation. Whether or not it's real is what they're calling it. So I don't get the point you're bringing. You're just dancing around stuff. Because you was bored because it really ain't snowed that much. And had it snowed 4 feet and the trucks couldn't have got there, even if you
I
had
still would have
power,
been bored in my
it wouldn't have
room.
been
I still would have been. Well,
Wouldn't
if we
have
had
been-
power,
wouldn't
I
have
would have
got
been
food.
entertained in my room.
You might be starving in your room.
Oh,
Not you per se, but people.
We got like 2 or 3 feet.
Yo, if it would have snowed 2 or 3 feet here, again, I don't know if we still had power, what the effects would have been. I don't know that power would have made the snow go away. But I think if that much snow just existed here for long enough, it will cause problems because there's nowhere for it to go. There's nowhere to move.
Oh yeah, we have a crappy
So
sewer.
I think you
for sure.
underestimating just losing power. Like that'd be dope if we were power and warm at home, but if it was just mountains of snow everywhere that couldn't be moved, that'll start causing problems depending on how long it was like that.
For sure.
I wouldn't want it to be like that for 2 weeks. That's mail, that's people's medicine. People might not be able to get to the stores to serve you because they can't drive or anything. Shit starts getting fucked up.
How cold it was.
I don't know. Like,
It depends,
on where you were,
yeah.
but here it was like 30, 20. I don't know.
20?
Cold.
I think some places
Ooh,
might have got
that's
sick,
not
but the
bad.
thing is, like, a lot of people's houses were different thing. Like my mom's place was under 40. You know what I mean? This house was only like 54, so we were warm. You know, but it just depends what house you were in. You know, that's it. Because now you gotta be in a weather storm and your house is also like cold. You know, most people, especially here, no one has cold adaptation here. You know, so
Nigga, 20 degrees is cold, number one. Number two, the snow is not going to melt if it's that cold, like Sunfield was saying. And number three, I don't know number 3 right now. But I know.
I
adding
disagree
bonus
with
now.
him. I'm just saying he underestimating.
No,
maybe I
How,
am.
like-
I
no,
just
but
think
I see
It's a
Abe's-
black swan. It's not likely to snow like that here, but what I'm just saying is like just the total yeah, we lost power and that wasn't prepared, but like there also wasn't even plow stuff. So like the roads are jacked up on top of not having power. Like that was just crazy that shit couldn't drive around.
That's true, but I see Abe's point as well. Like, it would be a little bit better if they did had power. And
Obviously.
and it's Texas at that time. So, you know, you guys have to travel and have to shop in bulk. Like, you can't just, matter of fact,
listen.
I'm going downstairs to go to the store and get my
Let me tell you what. Josh, my boy Josh was here. He drove back from Texas to New York because the planes couldn't fly. This is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I saw that on the
yeah,
news.
even if you got power, if whatever's happened is able to stop other things that you're not prepared for, power may not be the thing that you necessarily need for survival. Power just powers a lot of convenient stuff. It don't give you food, it just heat essentially. That's all it really ends up giving you, and I guess communication. But what good is power if you can't get food for weeks? None. You can't eat none of the power.
I mean, you're saying it again. You're saying
get
weeks.
To a hospital.
You're saying weeks again.
An hour away because the roads are done and you had an accident and you can't get anywhere, but you got power in your house, but nobody could get to you. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying
who also has power in that
either.
Situation. Granted, I know they have generators, but the hospitals, because I think most of my sister's work got canceled for 3 days, like most of the operations, because of that,
All right, so imagine you bleeding and nobody could get you, and you can't even get on the road.
I get it, dude. I underestimate plows, but what I'm saying is, like, in a world where Texas can't even meet demand for ACs in the summer, and they know that shit happens every year, it's like, I'm not surprised they can't meet demand for heat when it doesn't ever happen. You know what I mean? The winter never happens.
I guess those things are less on the totem pole for me, having power. That's to me is like, it fuels luxuries and stuff that you need, heat, but that's not the only places for those. I can't make the grocery store stock itself though. Like I could deal without electricity. I could deal without the house heating itself. There's other ways to heat yourself if you're prepared, but I can't replicate like a first aid kit, right? If something serious happens, I can't get to the hospital. That's a bigger thing if the roads are fucked up. So that's probably just the way I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, for sure. I think most
that
of
just
the
seemed
world
more of a big issue. Like, yo,
would have been fine
when he was
with
driving. The gas stations didn't even have gas.
I know,
for hundreds of miles because the trucks couldn't refill gas stations. So if you were driving on the highway and you didn't notice, you could have ended up gassed out because there would have been nowhere to get gas because they literally couldn't drive on the roads.
He said it didn't work for him. I don't know if that was just location specific, but mid-drive, I told him about Gas Buddy. Because Gas Buddy would tell you if a station has gas or not. He said it didn't work for him, though, but I don't know. It works for me, though. But because over here...
nothing to do with the ability of trucks to be able to deliver gas.
But you can target your location. Because over here, like, the Gas Buddy would tell you if they had gas, if they had power. I feel like...
if you got internet service, then you could do that.
I feel like almost everybody had a form of service during all this time. Because
well, you depend on your service and some shit. Have fun with it. I ain't never had no smooth thing with the military's most advanced technology. You go 2 feet in the hills, the shit broke. Users better know how to do smoke signals or some type of shit depending on the technology. But
for the most part, I live in
I get it.
Techlandia.
I ain't thinking about the phone or electricity, homie, when I think about survival. Them things is gone. If you say survival, I'm thinking.
You should pick a good adjective for me. What word should I use?
I'm prepared for. You know what I mean? But if people have food, if people have extra water, if people have maybe some means to keep themselves warm or just clothing in the event that they went somewhere cold, and probably wouldn't have been too bad.
I would say most people probably don't have that, but not true. I'm still the only person.
$20 to get a cold grill from Walmart. Cold's not that expensive. The little cheap joints, cheap cold grills.
You about to get one, Duke? You about to get one, Duke?
It ain't that expensive is the point, but you could cook on it. You just need lighter fluid and not even, right? You just need to be able to make a fire, keep you warm and cook your food.
When I would go for
over electricity for it.
When I would go out for my walks, on those 4 days, I would smell like mad meat being cooked, like on around like day 3 or 4. Because everybody had switched to the grills.
But I would have put my shit in the snow, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, that's where we were keeping our food. in the outside because it was colder than the refrigerator that didn't work no more. You know.
Yeah. Right. But
yeah, man.
Keep your juice by the window. Like I was keeping my water, my juice by the window. That shit's frozen.
Man, you in New York. I don't want to hear about your comfy wintertime stories. Oh, yes. My hot cocoa was in the window as the serviceman plowed the roads. It was quite slippery, though, I might add. Then I took care of my clients and helicoptered off to Switzerland, where I enjoyed more hot cocoa, more expensive than the previous.
So, yeah.
And I watched Texas freeze on a 70-inch TV right by a fireplace with Swiss cocoa that your poor hands will never touch.
Is that your Duke voice?
Yeah, you should do.
That's Duke's ambassador voice. That's when he's the ambassador. When he get in his ambassador bag and he really want to get at you, that's how he get. I mean, he shit on you about how the hot cocoa.
Yo, I was riding my bike in Orchard Beach. Like I think like the beginning of the winter.
Talking about
the finest of beaches.
Some random guy came up to me because I was talking to Victor. And I was like kind of preaching to him, like, you know, about the life and shit. You know, we get into a little conversation. I was like, yo, nigga, you gotta do yada yada yada. But I'm talking to
some good advice right there. That's some good advice. Hit him with the yada.
I didn't want to get into, you know.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I was talking to him, but you know, and some guy just came up to me like, "Hey, I can hear you from all the way over there. You ever thought about doing voiceovers?" He said you have a compelling voice. Your voice is just so. It makes me want to go do it. I was like, what the fuck?
And then you said, Victor, who is this man?
Hey,
Victor pulled the gun out. You're like, sir, do you know who I am? You smacked him.
Yeah, he said, yo, I got some people that's in the industry that works with this. And I asked him, like, can you point me in a direction? The nigga told me Google. Fuck you, nigga. He fucking talking about, you gonna help me?
That's not what happened. That's a fake story.
Tell me fucking Google.
He's lying. When he said, I know some people in the industry, Duke, laugh.
Hey, yo.
Laugh.
Hey, yo, Duke, you always, you know, as you always joke about, you know, you coming down here or whatever. Dallas is actually one of the big voiceover places for anime in America. So, yeah. I don't know why, but it is.
With Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas is one of the big voiceover hubs in America. I forgot which, there's like certain type of voiceover, and one of them might be like post-production, and they might be one of the big hubs. Either way, though, Dallas is one of the big VO places for sure.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, man, get into it.
It's an easy job and just read some lines. And
there's a few websites. There was one website, like, if you pay them, they give you gigs, and this is assuming like you're good at it, you know, or something. But a part of me was like, man, all you gotta do is get like 1 or 2 gigs a month, and you kind of good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Just talk. That's all you're really doing is reading and talking.
Yeah. If you're good at acting, you can do voice acting.
Yeah, I was about to say fake performing because you're not even in front of a camera. You're just in front of a mic.
But you still gotta emote and stuff with the voice. It's almost, you know, depending on how into it you are, you still kind of. And it all depends what you're doing. If you just reading an ad, maybe you don't got to.
Yeah, but like I said, it's like fake acting, but you're just in front of a mic. It's
acting. I don't know if it's fake acting. It's acting though. It's acting.
You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Damn. You're not really fucking, you know what I mean? You just
no, I got you. You don't gotta be suited to the nines.
You don't gotta do movements and put on a suit and all this. No, you just
Some of them do, but I get you. I know what you mean. Like, you got any other topics, Phil?
GameStop.
Talking about some anime.
We still doing damn
GameStop.
All right, update me on that. I don't know what's going on, but I saw.
I've been busy with other stuff, so I haven't been. I did see it doing something.
Yeah, they came back.
What do you mean it came back? The price is up again?
Yeah, they jumped again. I bought some dude made from $65. He made $12K.
Why does this one stock continue to just like be a toy? Like,
They changed their board, and I don't know. There's just mad hype.
it's
around
101 right now.
I don't know if the short squeeze thing even makes sense at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, are we still short squeezing, or just people making money now? Like, what is going on right now?
I don't know what's going on now.
People being crazy.
They saying
What time we starting at, bro?
I'm loading up. What time?
What were you saying about the anime dude though? He was reading books or photography.
Was it me? Oh my gosh, you taking it all the way back to the beginning.
He interrupted us, asked us about the winter storm. People need to learn how to survive.
That's the mean pivot. That's the mean pivot all the way back to the beginning.
Mind, body, soul. Know what I mean? Mind first, body second. Know
so
what I mean?
that all right. So look, I don't remember exactly, but basically,
You gonna do some aLr shit?
Know what I mean? Yes, that's right, brother Duke.
basically, this dude, the villain, like he wanted revenge against like high society, almost like. So he formed some club similar to like whatever that Tom Cruise Nicole Kidman movie where they all have sex or something. You get their desires and whatever. And so he formed some Illuminati club and has all those people trust him with their money for whatever. And I don't know if he just like this is an old ass anime. It's 2005. I don't know if he just does like just burns it or something, but somehow, some way, he just kind of gets rid of all their money and he just makes them all poor. And like really, all he wanted to do was punish society. And like. In my head, like as I see like what's going on, it's funny you mentioned GameStop, and I'm like, yo, man, like a lot of times stopping us from doing anything is usually just like we don't have the knowledge for it yet, right? But as we get into a more technology leveraged world, right, and I'm like, man, like wouldn't it be cool to like design like just like in AI, right? Obviously, extreme example of Jarvis, right? But one that could read the market and can make it do whatever you want. And I know the normal thing would be just to get rich, but a part of me, I don't know, maybe on some just scumbaggery, New Yorker vengeance bullshit was like, but what if you could get rich at the demise of a company, And it's just like,
I mean, they already got AI doing stuff like that.
Nah, but for real, like, I mean, I want the company to die, like to be bludgeoned, like it can't come back. Like I want it, like in order to make it like almost do like impossible. Like I would love for it to go to zero, like somehow, while someone profits.
How would you make a company?
I don't know. AI, mathematical computations. That I don't study the game, right? This is all in my fictional mind.
That's not how it works.
I know it's not how it works.
Make people believe. Like there's got to be another end of the transaction, dog. Like you can't.
Well, hey man, dude, I don't study the game. But I'm like, it would be nice. Like, and I bet you there is a way. Even if it involves more.
I don't understand what you're saying though.
Just like I don't know, just to make the right transactions and trades where like literally just companies.
Company?
Yeah.
What type of trades are that?
I don't know. I don't make these. I don't make any trades. So I
don't think what you're talking about is even possible. Is what I'm saying to you.
Fine. Rightfully so.
Just people exchanging. Like, give an example of what you're saying. I ain't trying to shit on you. You're just talking about
I don't know. I'm just saying it would be nice for that to happen.
To be able to destroy companies via trading and artificial intelligence?
Well, no, because look, right? It's just me. The AI involved in all it would just be like just pointing to the path. Like, look, right? Because I'm human, I'm too lazy to figure out, or I just don't know.
Destroying the company?
I don't know, because that's what the AI is for. So it can read like the right transactions done at the right time, done with the right people, whatever it is.
Transactions don't destroy companies. That's not how that works.
Hey man, the kid can dream, right?
To Abe's.
Anyway, I just want to do that to AT&T and Spectrum, all right? To go all the way back to before Duke was here.
They actually have bank accounts filled with like lots of money, regardless of what you do trading.
Some of it might be like lots of illegal stuff, like just where you have like AIs maybe stealing stuff. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you talking about some. I don't know what you talking.
Yeah,
about.
I'm talking just stuff where nasty stuff happen. It might not all be fair.
Companies do hostile things to each other with stocks, but
for sure,
it's not like we're gonna do these trades and then when they're done, they're gonna be destroyed. Like maybe companies like I don't know what you're talking about. Like you'd have to be spending money too. You're talking about like transactions. So what are you buying? A bunch of the
A lot of my
stock
stuff
and
is
then-
dream movie fictional with that, you know, like almost just where everything just comes like it, like a lot of it just the whole thing is theft. The whole thing is just me stealing. The whole thing is just stealing from everyone else, you know.
You're making money. Now you can make AI programs that might be able to do indicators and do all the shit that they do now to make you money, but to destroy a company, I don't know about that.
Hey man, I don't do it, so it's just a thought. It's just a thought.
It would be good though. I'll tell you that.
To do what? What are you talking about?
If there were, like what Abraham's saying,
A way to destroy companies?
Hell yeah, and I can make money off of it. That would be crazy.
Of course,
You
dudes
can
like
make
that.
money
Of course,
off of companies that are in demise. You can make money off of, you know this, but with the intent to destroy it, like what does it look like when the company's destroyed? What did y'all do via trading that the next morning Microsoft
I don't
doesn't
know,
exist
and
no
I
more?
want it like more instant. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want this shit like a year.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. You
All right.
can't, if you buy up all of Microsoft tomorrow, you just own a bunch of shares, like where you just rip them up. Like,
I don't know.
it don't work like that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. You want to destroy companies, like, I don't know. There's probably easier ways than trying to figure out one with the AIs. And stuff.
For sure. Hey man, I blame anime. I've been watching a lot lately.
Making money or like gaming the system with AI, that's one thing, but I don't know if you could just force companies to just be destroyed by buying or selling their stock.
Figure it out.
You'd have to have people going along with you too.
Yeah. Does that go back to what our bets did, I guess? With GameStop, I guess?
I just mean there's got to be a buyer and a seller. So whatever you're doing, it's going to ultimately be one of those two things, but there's got to be someone on the other side. Destroying companies aside, like you still, which I'm pretty sure is impossible the way you describe it. But
We could dream.
like Gordon Gecko type shit. If you talking about like that's like shady type stuff that you could do, but it wasn't. I wouldn't say he destroyed those companies per se.
Yeah, that's a normal
I mean,
move.
he does.
I want
in a
something
sense, but not
far
in the sense
worse.
that you talk about like you wake up tomorrow and there.
I think the
and
stuff I'm talking about is like horrendous. Probably horrible. It's like people being hurt, like people's lives changing and stuff too. I don't know. So it's like
So you want to blow buildings up?
This is ridiculous. I just hate Spectrum and ATT a lot. That's it. It's just like
He wants a satellite laser beam. He don't want to trade none of their stock. He wants Soul. He want to activate Soul from space like they did on Tetsuo. Right on the AT&T.
But yeah, those companies
Wow,
suck.
that's what made you. That was your motivation for your dribble about AI fucking destroying companies and stocks with Spectrum and ATT. They got you bugging out. They got them tweaking over here, thinking the craziest shit. Trying to destroy whole companies overnight.
Frustrating. This frustrating companies, dude. It's frustrating companies.
Fucking losing it. Losing it.
It's frustrating
This is
companies.
on film, and you was entertaining him. You heard what he just said? Craziness.
I'm down with money.
Spectrum and AT&T got him bugging.
Down with money.
It's like if there's
There's
a profit,
opportunity in every
there's
crisis.
a profit. That's all. But yeah,
He turning you to the dark side, Abe. I can tell. I can see like your robe is black now. Used to wear a tan joint. You know what I mean? Used to have a tan joint. His shit been like dark lately, dark brown. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? I mean, talking about death algorithms. Fuck. Sickos, both of y'all. Look.
you got anything? Any other topics, or should I start like just?
I don't know. I don't know how this. I still don't know what this. None of this has to do with this anime. Oh yeah. That's why this led to this. Oh yeah. So you can get your, oh okay. I see how that was tied in. Almost like lost track. Like,
I feel like all he did was burn the money, but you can't really do that anymore. That doesn't work no more. You can't really.
Like yeah, we gonna burn all that shit.
I still got topics from last week too, man. Some of these are like,
anime. I just got put onto some shit called Bleach. I know it's old. But
oh my god. Yo, Bleach is so old. There's a new hot anime that I don't understand why it's the new hotness, because it's honestly just Bleach Part 2. But it's something called Jujutsu Kaisen, Duke. And a lot of people like this shit for some reason. And honestly, it's just the new Bleach. It's just another Bleach. It's just people fighting Bleach things. I'm like, why is this? And it's weird because I expect the action people to always like that anime, but I feel like it's getting respect from all the people who like, you know, quote unquote good animes. And I'm like, you guys, no one sees that this is just Bleach, but with different window dressing. But yeah, it's called Jujutsu Kaisen. What?
Yeah, that shit was hard. I just saw the movie.
Well, all the movies are like the live action one.
I watched a little bit of the anime, and then I went to the movie as well.
The live action or just like anime movie?
The live action.
Oh my gosh, yo, that live action, that shit, that's that Trill stuff we be talking about, Phil. Like, don't be watching that shit.
I didn't even know there was a live action one. Yeah.
Yo, I don't know if there's a good one in existence, like a good anime. It don't even matter. Yeah. Like, even the Japanese do the live action horrendously. Like, it don't matter who it is.
It's just too crazy to execute. Yeah. Anime just so crazy that like trying to make it in real life just ends up looking crazy.
Yeah,
no,
it looks even crazier than anime. It should be way crazier. Like, yo,
again. No, but the graphics.
Yo, real quick, your boy rapping on drill?
It's clients, man.
Ain't nothing wrong. It just sounds like a drill song. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. It's a drill. Again. But the trying to do two things or three.
Dude,
things,
do your thing, dude. Do your thing, and just come back when you're done. Just mute it or something. Just mute it.
He making a drill beat. There's like an ambassador to you and on hold somewhere on some cell phone.
But the Bleach joint, the graphics and all that other shit was fire. I liked it, but the acting and all that shit is.
Cause it's live action. Those motherfuckers crazy. That shit is horrible. Don't ever watch that shit. Yo, I can't. I saw that. I didn't actually watch that. I think I fast forwarded on because it was on Netflix. That Bleach movie he talking about. I was just looking for like the Bleach parts to happen. Yo, it was just crazy. It happened at the end, and it was just like, I was like, yo, like the young me would have watched that shit. But I was like, I'm glad I at least fast forward out of curiosity because that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. I can't watch that shit.
I don't think I've seen a good live action anime.
It don't exist. I think there's like 4 Japanese Death Notes and 1 American Death Note on Netflix, like live action. I don't think any of the Japanese live actions are on Netflix, but there's like 5 attempts at Death Note live action. I never saw the American one, but yo, those Japanese ones were crazy. They just doing all kinds of crazy shit. I seen, yo, you know what's even crazier? Attack on Titan. They just said, fuck what happened in the end. They just started doing all kinds of shit, mad crazy shit. People, only thing I remember about Attack on Titan was like, I think there was like some weird ass scene. I don't know, some sex scene in like a rain house or some shit. I'm like, I don't even remember anyone having sex in the anime. I was like,
usually not good.
I seen this anime recently called Erase, and it was pretty good. But Netflix, and a very rare thing, has the anime on there, and it has the live action version on there, and they're both 12 episodes parallel. And I was like, this should be the easiest thing, just 1-to-1, right? Just copy whatever happened on the anime. So what I did is, after I saw the anime, I think I saw the first 15 minutes and then I saw the last 10 minutes, and it was like 2 different shows. I just wanted to see like what the live action did, and I was like, how do you fuck up like such simple things? Yo, they just kind of did their own thing. It was just crazy.
It's usually what happens, you know what I'm saying? I mean, live action, they kind of just, we're just gonna do like this crazy stuff.
I imagine they have the same. It's just like you used to hear like the old stories, like yo, those are what the comic books, dude. But they can't do any of that shit in the movies. I imagine the same people over there running live action, like okay,
they don't be capturing none of it. They don't just do the graphics anymore. They just completely detract from like.
Because they probably think in the same way, like, okay, that's what the animes does, but this is where the real action happens, you know, and like we'll show you how it's done. Some type of arrogance like that. And then you end up with a bullshit show.
So it's like the worst acting is always just everything's always just terrible. Just like worst movies. Just like really just bad movies.
Yo, we talking about it. You know what I saw? I saw Monster Hunter, yo. And I knew that movie was gonna suck. But I've told you before my guilty pleasures of Resident Evil and Milla Jovovich and whatnot. So I saw it. Yo, T.I. was the last person to die in that movie. They gave him a horrible death. Like did you see that, dude? You know what I'm talking about? They did. They gave him...
Yeah, that movie was trash.
It is trash. It is trash. Yo, T.I. mad loyal. Yo, T.I. mad loyal.
Yeah, I was ripped into bits.
Some weird shit. I don't even remember. I think he got like the face hugger thing. You know where like they put it's not aliens, but essentially it's the face hugger. Yeah, some shit just started popping out of him or some shit. You know what I mean? Right? Is that what happened, Duke, or nah?
Yeah, some shit like that. Everybody died except the bitch that does
Resident Evil girl. That show that I've never played Monster Hunter, but I can almost guarantee you that has nothing to do with the video game.
I'm pretty sure Monster Hunter is like some kind of like Pokemon-esque RPG kind of thing.
First off, I told you that movie is really the movie to Metal Gear Survive. If you saw that trailer,
Monster Hunter, because I'm pretty sure that shit don't look nothing like.
It don't.
I could be wrong though.
It don't.
I don't know, but I want to see images of Monster Hunter, the game. Now all I'm seeing is maybe it is. Maybe I'm thinking of some other Monster Hunter.
It's definitely about hunting monsters and stuff.
Okay, dude, it looked like a little. I got this confused with a different game. Okay, it looked like you run around and.
It's an open world, but it's monster fighting.
It looked like an RPG. Yeah, it just looked like a.
If I had to guess and pull some shit out my ass, I imagine it's just it's in that Bloodborne, Dark Souls vein, but you fighting monsters instead of whatever you fight in those games.
Team though, it's like an RPG though. You got
because I think you can play online. I don't think it's real like team though. Like
it's online.
Yeah,
I see them. It's like multiple people fighting monsters and stuff.
And to be fair, I'm thinking of the new one, so I don't know the history and legacy of Monster Hunter. But
that's what this one looked like too. This one looked like a new version. I want to see the old game. I feel like Monster Hunter was some completely other shit, but. They look like it's just some sort of RPG where you
hunt some monsters. This
it's
one
Pokemon.
Maybe it might be. Maybe you want to kill them all or some shit. Maybe you want to kill them all. Yeah.
It's Pokemon.
But yo, this movie, it had the Metal Gear Survive story, where a bunch of troops in the Middle East got teleported to Monster Hunter verse. They slowly die, and then Resident Evil lady, she had to learn from. I'm not sure, but I feel like that guy he's from one of these. He might be from the Indonesian action movies that have gotten famous recently, like The Raid. I could be wrong though, because I never saw The Raid, but I feel like she gets trained by that dude. You know what I'm talking about, Duke?
The Raid is fine.
But is it the same dude? Is the Monster Hunter guy? Is that dude from The Raid? I figured it was the dude from The Raid, yeah. So she gets trained by the dude from The Raid. And then also, the guy who plays Hellboy, I think, is also in it for some reason. But he's like a side character. He come in at the end. And then it has, I don't know, man. There's like a portal in the Middle East, and like dragons be coming. Like there's a port. That's how they got there, fool. There's a portal in the Middle East. Then the dragons.
I totally forgot about that movie. I got attracted to the movie because it's graphics. Like I like giant shit and dope looking shit. But when I watched it, I was like,
it's crazy. It's a crazy ass movie. Yeah, don't watch. But yeah, there's a portal in the Middle East, and I guess if you want, you can go to Monster Hunterville in that portal, and dragons started flying out, so they started coming, and now they going back and forth trying to kill monsters and not let them go on. It's like Mortal Kombat. It's like the Mortal Kombat storyline, but there's monsters.
Yeah, no, I'm looking online, and everyone is saying this game is akin to like some type of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So.
There's no catching them all here, man. It's just some crazy shit.
Yeah, not military. Just like a patrol gone wrong, I guess.
Yeah. It's Metal Gear Survive. If you remember that game, the final Metal Gear game is Metal Gear, the one they did without him.
Good happens if you get sucked into a portal. Or something comes out of a portal. It's never good.
Portals are bad.
Every time there's a portal, it's like immediately everyone good wants to close it. It's always bad people that want to keep it open and open it up. And sometimes there's good scientific reasons people playing with portals, but have you ever seen it work out? Like, we did it. Now we might kill. And then whatever came through the portal kills everybody. It's never good.
Portals suck. Speaking of
the
portals,
game don't seem to be like a portal movie.
2 weeks from now, you get the Zack Snyder Justice League. Steppenwolf portals, son.
See?
Let's see what else I got on here. Yo, going to our finance thing. What's up?
Before you get the portal shit, before you get to the finance, did you saw the trailer to the new Mortal Kombat?
I did see that trailer. Did you see it, Phil, or not? The only truly negative thing about that trailer, I have to say, is that the actor playing Scorpion actually said, "Get over here," instead of using the video game, "Get over here." And that was kind of disappointing, because usually no matter who's acting Scorpion, it's the same voice no matter what when he says, "Get over here," you know? Which is, the voice is Ed Boon, by the way, the guy who made Mortal Kombat, one of the guys. So yeah, and he said it behind the mask too, so it's like, "Get over here," like his thing's muffled and shit. I'm like, what kind of realistic bullshit is this, yo? You know?
I was definitely looking for the "Get over here," the voice from the
yeah, this is the first time he hasn't done. I don't know why. I don't know if they'll update it, because a lot of people were mad at that. They still got time. But other than that, it looked fine. You know, it's exactly like I was telling you, Phil. Like, I bet you they're gonna make Scorpion a good guy, because in the newer games he kind of leans towards that way. Like, he's Spawn. You know, he didn't sign up to be Hell's servant. He just kind of is. You know, like.
Yeah. No, I'm like skimming through the trailer.
It don't look bad, but it looked like a lot of. There's a lot, instead of a lot of Scorpion, there's a lot of Hanzo. Hanzo is whatever his real name is, It's a lot of Hanzo in there. That kind of scares me. I don't know if I need a lot of not Scorpion in that movie. You know what I mean? Like,
it look alright.
Yeah, it don't look bad at all. It looked, more serious and stuff.
It looked like a more serious version of the original.
Johnny Cage for now seems to be missing though. That was kind of surprising. Goro's still doing Goro things. Maybe Shang Tsung was there. I can't remember. Yeah, my only problem is bring back I need the "Get over here" voice. That's really it. I just need that voice, Yeah, they changed Jack's origin story real quick though. I think Sub-Zero took out his arms or some shit, if I remember. Jax loses his arms in the trailer, and
yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, but that also seems kind of part of the new lore. Like, Jax loses his arms like before MK1. Like, we're kind of in, just like when we talk about like with DC and all that, and a lot of the newer comic book movies take from the newer comic books. We're in the new 52 of Mortal Kombat. We're like, it's not the lore we grew up on anymore. Because I swear, maybe I interpreted.
I was never too keen on Mortal Kombat lore. until like.
I don't think a lot of people, right? It is a fighting game. It was only people like me who took it bit seriously. But you know what I
was
find?
never into Mortal Kombat either in terms of fighting games.
Yeah, no, that I remember.
I dabbled with it, but I never got too deep into it.
I don't know if there's an answer here, but this is kind of, maybe I'm tripping. But in my head, growing up, I felt like Sub-Zero was portrayed more as the good guy. And Scorpion, to me, was portrayed more as the bad guy.
He get the scar, and he like good in 3.
Well, yeah, because that's like his brother and shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
in the new games,
it's the opposite.
Mortal Kombat X, Sub-Zero was good.
You mean real Sub-Zero?
Like
you mean Sub-Zero's brother. You mean the second Sub-Zero.
Whatever that's in the game right now, the Mortal Kombat X. I don't know which one is that.
Because OG Sub-Zero kills Scorpion's family, and he becomes Noob Saibot, and now he's like really, really a bad guy, you know? But I feel like growing up during MK1, 2, and 3 era, I feel like Sub-Zero is kind of presented as the good guy, and Scorpion is kind of like this hell person. And yeah, he has this backstory that he, you know, he's just a spirit of vengeance, but like they don't really paint him as a good guy. But now, like, all that shit's changed. Like, I don't know, like they really want Scorpion to be good. And I feel like they have no problems with Sub-Zero being bad, especially because they can always bring in his brother, you know? So, but I don't know. I'm just fond of like wonder like why did that happen? I wonder if it's as simple as like, yo, man, like, I play Scorpion, I own the game. He's good. He's good. Just like Daisuke and Guilty Gear, like So Bad Guy's the main character. Who said I did? That's my game. I'm the voice actor. I'm everything. What's up?
That man's getting blizzed up over there.
I don't know. I'm just chilling.
Yo, you should see Phil the last Guilty Gear trailer because it has Eno. It's Eno's trailer, but at the end, I guess this is maybe in a time not that we didn't play Guilty Gear, but like I don't know, maybe we just stopped following the lore. But Eno, you know the guitar girl, right? I don't remember this time, but apparently like she's like pivotal to Guilty Gear lore, and she's like a boss in some of these Guilty Gears. I don't remember this shit at all. So that might have been maybe when I wasn't playing it. But she's like, I guess, you know, like, you know, one of the Regal in his world game, you know? But so at the end of their trailer, like Kai and Soul are actually fighting her together, you know? And then she kicks Soul out the way. But then Kai does his new, like, his Super Saiyan move that he was talking about. I guess Dragon Install, I guess, like. And it looks anime as fuck. His left eye, I'm like doing, you can't even see me, shit. But anyway, that's right. You'd have to be on the stream. But his left eye is like kind of almost on some anime shit. And his left arm goes like Havoc and shit, you know? Yeah, I don't know if he got you know, his little like Super Saiyan berserk power. And then Eno does her thing because it is her trailer and insta kills. But, yeah, no, it was interesting. I guess Kai got like a little, like I don't know, anime moment now, where he gets.
You know, honestly,
yeah.
If a fighting game didn't have a cartoon or anime to go with it, like I never paid attention to none of the stories. The only reason I know Guilty Gear lore and I really don't remember it is maybe from old stuff, literally from reading it in the first one or whatever.
Yeah.
And whatever anime I saw, I did watch an anime with it, but like.
But you talking about the game anime, right?
The game anime,
yeah,
I watched that, and like, I don't even know if that goes into like old Guilty Gear lore when
it does and it don't, but it's retcon, you know.
It was pretty good though. It was actually pretty good. I just really don't remember it, but I remember like liking it when I watched it.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear had an anime?
It's in the game.
Yeah, no,
it's not like shown on TV. It's in the game. Like instead of having their story mode was just you watching anime.
I think I just watched it on something. Yeah, maybe I just watched it in the game when I had it. I don't remember how I saw it, but I did watch it. And it was pretty good. Anything I know from Street Fighters from the animes.
Yo, Street Fighter in-game lore is crazy.
From the movie and like I don't know, random places where I got lore. King of Fighters is mostly from you, and Fatal, like not even the whole lore of it, just pieces of it, like the Terry, Fatal Fury, fucking animes and stuff. Like
Yeah,
I never been. Do they give you? They never really gave you too much lore. I feel like
they gave you very basic lore, and then anime and stuff were crazy. Yeah, like, very basic
shit,
lore.
You know, like so like there was nothing really much to follow. I feel like when
there's a rich boss.
we come up playing it, then later on they start having stories. But at this point, I'm just fighting. I ain't looking for a story.
There's a rich boss.
They never gave us one. You know
there's a rich.
So,
a lot of those games of the '90s. There's a rich boss, and for some reason, in order to take over the world, he has to have a fighting tournament.
Everybody gotta have a tournament for some reason to open up the portal that they gotta open up. Like the key to opening up portals is to apparently having a death tournament.
I don't know why on earth Bison, who has his own Shadowloo country, is running fighting tournaments to like get to take over the world.
Yeah, like. So this is why I don't pay. That was like every 80s and 90s movie, right? Like,
at least
like
Mortal Kombat at least tried to tie it into the lore that in order for Outer Realm to take over Earth, they have to win 10 tournaments, and this was tournament 10 that Liu Kang ruins the streak, you know?
It's still the same shit, but you're right. They had a little more complicated system.
A lot of the other lore, no, but at least they took the tournament into the lore. A lot of the others, they don't even address that there's a tournament. They just be like, yo, Bison's trying to take over the world, and for some reason there's a tournament going on. The King of Fighters,
like this is built in.
Regal and friends keep inviting people so that they can do Irachi things. I don't know what that has to do with any Irachi, like crazy shit.
Look, man.
I don't know what's the point of Fatal Fury.
The same story, basically, right? Like,
what is the point of Fatal Fury? Geese is rich. He's like a mob boss or some shit.
And there's a nut behind it. There's some nut behind the tournament or something.
What's the point of Art of Fighting? It's like, what's the point?
This is why I don't know any fighting game lore. So if you ask me today, now that
Street Fighter 3 is crazy. Naked Gil is like the leader of the Illuminati. It's like Red and Blue Gil is Illuminati. That's why all those people are like in the background, like they're worshiping. They're just believers in Gil. Yeah, that's
most
crazy.
anything I know come from a company like an anime though. If they had it on it, because the games, I mean, they had it, but yeah, it wasn't as
Tekken, the worst lore. It's all just family business. It's just the Mishimas are rich. I don't know why they also have fighting tournaments, and they don't even like their own family, so they keep throwing each other off buildings and roofs.
I would know even less about that one, but they did have movies, they did have animes, so.
And in Tekken 7,
I don't remember all of these either. All of these shits came out like.
I believe Tekken 7, Akuma is officially part of the lore, and he was hired by like Heihachi's dead wife to kill Heihachi. Some type of crazy shit. Ain't even from this world, Akuma.
Usually skip past that. And a lot of fighting too was like was arcade stuff too. So like
you don't got time to read in there.
I don't think I ever played the story for fucking any of the Capcom games at an arcade, because someone's usually gonna come.
I feel like
this time you obviously beat the game, but there's usually a challenger.
I feel like Guilty Gear 1 story makes sense. You gotta defeat Justice. After that, I don't really know what's going on anymore. There's a lot of time travel and stuff, and that's where like Eno and stuff comes into it that I don't even understand anymore and stuff. But
that anime explains some of the people though. I just really
it's very convoluted. It is very convoluted though.
It is. It's on
There's no fighting game that doesn't have a convoluted story. Like it's crazy.
And Dragon Ball Z don't count because that's
not a fighting game. Yeah.
Like that's probably the one fighting game now that I would know the most lore about it.
And all it does is mimic the golden years. It just mimics the anime.
Yeah, so
95% of Dragon Ball games, it doesn't matter what it is, RPG, one player, they all mimic the glory years of Dragon Ball Z story.
Yeah. couldn't tell you what goes on in none of the progression of most of the fighting games, though. Like just pieces.
So some of these topics are old from 2 weeks ago. By the way, I think I'm gonna miss next week because it looked like I got hired for a gig. I gotta stream somebody else's event next Friday. That's rare. I don't do that no more. But then he offered me like too much money, and then I said yes. So.
My man.
See, look, I know, yeah. The little robe joint, you know, the Jedi robe is like brown now. Like every day, she gonna be all black. Gonna have the gloves on next week. You know what I mean? And a nice little space cruiser, nice joint. You know what I mean? One of the nice fast space cruisers. Oh yeah, sick.
Yo, so speaking of Star Wars, 2 weeks ago, Gina Carano got knocked out. I don't know. I mean, I know you. She's a girl in Mandalorian. Gina, you actually, you know who she really is? Yeah. She's the MMA fighter. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she's the MMA fighter. Former MMA. Forgot she did that.
Yeah, no, I know. I thought
but yeah, she got knocked out. I don't really remember what she did. She said some shit, probably like some right wing stuff. But I really don't remember what she said. So yeah, Disney don't like that. You know, cannot be not PC and work for Disney. The end. That's
the headline I saw. They even discontinued her toy, homie. They discontinued.
Damn, they don't even want that toy money. That's fucked up. Yeah, that means her toy is probably worth some money though, right? like whatever exists.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, limited run. Yeah, because limited run don't exist no more. That's why a lot of these things don't go for a lot of money. But that's an actual limited run now. Her toy. I saw she was on Ben Shapiro this week, which is probably another like fire starter for her. Like, do you know who Ben Shapiro is or not?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I imagine she probably said some more controversial shit. All right, the next one. So there's a new show on HBO. It's called Axios. It's not too bad because they usually get, even if they're still baby interviews, they get, you know, powerful people. Yo, they got the VP in a hallway like after a press conference while she's on the way to a gig. And they actually counted that, and it's kind of hilarious because it's like only like a 3-4 minute interview, and he just keeps asking questions while she's leaving to just see how much he can get, like with the little 4-minute slot he was allotted, you know. But anyway, they had like the lady who runs, I guess, the New York Stock Exchange. And she was talking about moving the New York Stock Exchange because taxes and shit, you know? Look, Duke seemed to know already, you know?
Yeah, I saw that. They was talking about moving that shit out of New York. I'm like, what? They was talking about going to Atlanta with
Miami was calling them. Yeah, it said Atlanta was calling them. I think Texas, like a few
people.
Who
was they? Who was talking? Look, he act like he ain't gonna answer.
Nah, I guess the people that owns that the exchange itself, they were saying that Texas,
any of them.
I don't know any.
No. So like the cities and stuff, like people who would think that would be a good thing for their city were calling the NYSE to try to get them to move. Like Miami was calling. Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Oh, you trying to? Right. Yeah, but that was
Atlanta, right? Yeah, they were saying Atlanta.
We're gonna have Gucci Mane and Migos every day at Stock Exchange, yo. Let's go.
Dude, like, let's take this shit OT. You know what I mean?
That shit's fucked up, though.
Hey,
it's
man.
been here for years, man. It's been here since the beginning.
It has been here, but you know, New York is New York. It's dead, dude. New York gonna be like LA, yo. It's always gonna somewhat matter, but a lot of people are telling with the internet, man, those cities don't matter as much anymore, man. You know, like unless you're trying to do something specific, you know, like if you want to be an actor in LA or if you want to be a dead body on Law and Order, you got to go to New York. But other than that, what else I got here? Internet pro. I don't even know what that means. That was some shit. 24. Don't know what that means. Yo, they're gonna make a remake of Face Off. Remember that movie with John Travolta and Nick? Right?
Nick Cage. I'm just in my head. I'm like, why? Like what?
I know, right?
It's not no disrespect to Face Off. It was a good crappy movie for back then. Like I like Face Off.
I like that movie.
That's a hood classic.
Yeah.
Face Off a hood classic, but remake it for who? Like, see, this is what I'm saying. Are we really trying to like make sure the younger generation knows about this? No one needs to know about Face. Just watch Face Off. Who's gonna be in it?
So right now, all they have is the director. The director is Adam some shit. What is it? Adam Wingard. He's the same director that brought you the quality film Godzilla vs. Kong, which is about to come out.
Oh wow! So he's just gonna remix it and just
Hey man, if he could make Godzilla fight Kong, he can make Face Off, right?
Face Off's not even a real movie. It's literally just John Travolta
versus Nick Cage.
Like,
and let's not forget, don't forget John Woo. It's a John Woo movie in the John Woo style. It had
I forgot about that.
It had
wow.
What is it? I don't know if you can see me. I keep doing actions to the camera, but
I know it's the shenanigans.
The white doves and shit. Remember the white doves?
Yeah. You're talking about what's the name of that movie? Boiling Point.
The Killer and Boiling Point. Yeah,
Boiling Point
and the Killer. Yeah. John Woo doing John Woo things.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so it's true. You got Nick Cage and John Travolta. They own trill levels, and then
that's John Woo's arguably best movie, because that's the only movie in America, in terms of America, I'm sorry, his American movie, because that was the only American movie that kind of let him be John Woo. Everything else was like, him trying to do our movies, and it didn't do it for me, but
but I don't see any reason to what are they trying to recreate from that?
Maybe that IP has a following that we don't know about.
What following? No, wouldn't that just be one of those people having followings? That's
I don't know. Maybe if they got the right, just like you said, John Travolta and Nick Cage. Maybe if they got the right people, who would make
people then it makes sense. I feel like that's the whole point of the movie. Just two big stars.
So who would you get? Let's play that game. Who would you get today? Would you get what? It'd
have to be The Rock and
oh shit.
The Rock and who's The Rock and
Batista.
I don't know, Captain America, Thor, or some shit.
You want The Rock and Captain America? That's not bad. The Rock and Captain America. That's interesting.
Two people that's actiony and in that space right now in their careers. I don't know. I just know people from Marvel. I know The Rock do the action stuff, got a big name, but they have to be.
Jason Statham.
Jason, you want Jason Statham and who?
Because I don't feel like he's at that level.
He ain't famous like that anymore, but he's in the Fast and Furious movies, and everybody's famous
dudes.
In those movies.
Nah, for sure, he's definitely one of them dudes. But I'm thinking because I feel like at the time that came out, John Travolta and
they're famous actors,
pretty big. Doing pretty good in their careers, you know what I'm saying? They were in that shit. I don't know, but Jason Statham will make a good person to be in that movie, but to make it crazy, I don't know. The Rock and
they would never do this, and they're kind of old. Let's go Jet Li, Jackie Chan.
I mean, that would be dope. I don't think they would. Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that.
Rockin' Batista, dog, for the wrestling fans, Rockin' Batista.
Nah, that. But it could be any two big people, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't know, recognizable actors of current.
Who's the Chris Nolan Batman?
If you put Christian Bale.
I want to look Christian Bale versus
that
Michael Keaton.
Prestige.
Christian Bale versus Michael Keaton. It is the Prestige.
With gun, no magic,
dude. So if it is the Prestige, get Christian Bale and what's Wolverine's name?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, get both.
If you put the face off, look, it's the same. It's the same fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, but get Christian Bale versus Michael Keaton. No,
Michael Keaton. Yeah, that would work. You can get an old OG and a new hype dude. You know what I mean? That'll work.
Because I saw Sonic, and maybe that could be a topic too. But I saw Sonic finally because it's free on Amazon. Jim Carrey versus Eddie Murphy.
I can't take no one. You know what the crazy thing about that is though?
What?
Like, I know we just funny because they both like comedy.
Yeah.
But I think that would be crazy.
They dope.
If you got them to play like psych, whatever, whoever they're one of them's a
Jim might have
right?
a tough
what
time.
the characters are.
Because I think a white man trying to be black might be considered whatever and blah, you know, because in the PC world we in right now, you know.
Yeah, but they literally switch bodies.
I know, but people are people. They'll just see the trailer. They'll just see the trailer and you know what I'm saying? They won't even watch the movie. They'll just see the trailer.
They literally just pretend that they've changed places.
The minute Jim Carrey does an impression, they'll just see the trailer and they'll just like, oh man, look at his racist bastard.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because then Jim Carrey would have to. Yeah.
They gotta both be black.
That's whack.
They gotta both be black or white. So look, Jim Carrey versus
Johnny Depp and Jim Carrey.
Johnny Depp's canceled. Dude, can't do that no more, dude. They just took him off.
He already canceled.
They took him out of the Harry Potter movies. They took him out of the Harry Potter movies because of that. So they're gonna recast his role, and he may or may not be in the new Pirates movie.
We can't do no white black joint then, Abe. It gotta be.
Yo, Eddie Murphy versus Jamie Foxx.
Oh, actually. I was gonna say it should be black people, right?
Oh, because it's the new world.
The remake. Should be a new face off, right? Eddie Murphy, who?
You can say The Rock and Jamie Foxx. One serious, one funny.
That would work.
Oh, let's do The Rock and Kevin Hart again.
Nah, because then that's no. They could though. You're so right. That would be. Like if they flipped it and made it real comedic, like that would work.
Yo, so Kevin Hart versus Eddie, because you have the battle of the times. Kevin Hart versus Eddie or Jamie. Jamie's a comedian too, but we forget because he don't really do that anymore either.
Silly was I know it was a little silly, but was it like purposely comedic, the original Face Off, or was it just?
I don't think so. I think it's Nick Cage doing Nick Cage decisions.
Yeah, it's just because they're doing.
But John Travolta too, though, he do some decisions too.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, John Travolta got that. Joe, just like Nick Cage was wilding, John Travolta got that airplane money. He got airplane stories about like flying his own airplane and shit.
Or they picked 2 women for it.
Who would that be?
I don't know.
I don't know enough actors. Like right off the bat, I was like, "Yo, Halle Berry," and it don't even matter. It's like Halle Berry. You know who looks dope? I know you ain't see it. You seen the trailer, Duke, for the Cruella movie? So Disney got a Cruella movie. Yo, she kind of, you know Cruella from DeVille from the fucking 101 Dalmatians. They got a serious Cruella movie trailer, right? It do look kind of dope, but she also looks like Harley Quinn, to be fair. Like, it just looks like another Harley Quinn style movie. But they just took Cruella. But yeah, no, you could get Emma Stone. And I don't know. I was going to say the girl from Star Wars, but I don't know if I want to see her after that Star Wars shit. Yeah, right?
But yeah. So they remake. That's crazy though.
Oh shit! Get Emma Stone versus actual Harley Quinn. I don't remember her name. The blonde girl.
We don't need another face off though. But if they gonna make one, then if they already fucking with it, then I don't know.
All right, so
they gotta pick the 2 right people. I think it's like that. Who cares? Because that was like the whole draw for that.
Maybe that's the IP, dude.
Look, Nicolas Cage and John Travolta fight each other. Right.
Yo, and Nick's still going hard. You could still put him in that movie. It might just be Nick versus someone else, and they just do it again.
That's crazy.
Nick just dropped
twice.
Nick just dropped Willie. Well, Nick's a gangster, right? He's the original characters is Nick's the gangster and John is the FBI agent, right? But then they switch, and right. If I recall correctly, I think that's it. And then John ends up being bad because, they switch faces. And then Nick is playing, whatever. Yo, get Leonardo DiCaprio again. and who's the other famous Oscar-winning guy? I don't know. Yo, get Ben Affleck versus Matt Damon. Like, the Boston battle right there, dog. Ben Affleck versus Matt Damon. Get Leonardo versus Ben. That's it right there. Leonardo versus Ben.
Oh, Leonardo happened with the what's that army dude?
Oh, Army Hammer. Ain't he canceled too though? You keep naming all the canceled actors, dude.
No. Oh shit, he's a serious actor. He did. Oh, Jason Bourne dude. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Matt Damon and Leonardo.
There you go. Leonardo versus Jason Bourne. What's his name? What the dude from Inception versus Jason Bourne?
Oh, that's Departed.
Yeah. Departed. There you go. That is Departed, right? I always associate that movie with the Chinese version because I saw that first, so I don't even remember Departed too well. But all right, let's see what else I got on here. All right, I told you some of this already, but yeah, the Guilty Gear Strive beta was out. Pretty much everything was good. The online was good, so people happy about that. But yeah, I told you the characters were nice, crazy because the gameplay is crazy, so you can make every character crazy. But yeah, I was saying I felt like if that game's online is good, I feel like a lot of people are gonna play it just because the game online is good, because most fighting game online sucks, you know. So, the next one, I think I told you this already too. Bad Bunny was the highest selling merchandise athlete for the year of 2020 for WWE, and I found that hilarious because as far as I know, as far as I know, he didn't even wrestle for them last year. He wrestled this year. Now, Duke, Bad Bunny is the 24/7 champion for WWE now. So like, he just won it like a week ago. So that would make sense this year, but last year he didn't even wrestle. So I was like, how this guy sell merch like when he's not even a wrestler? How he the number one wrestler? That don't even make sense. I like to listen to this dude a lot, Jim Cornette, but he kind of just re-emphasized that this was another example that there are no more wrestling stars. Obviously a far cry from The Rock and Stone Cold, but he just means in general, like they ain't even no one close to John Cena anymore, like wrestling just doesn't have stars no more, and Bad Bunny being the number one seller probably proof of that,
Why is that? Just because there's less interest in it?
Honestly, and I listen to a lot of biased people, but it almost seemed very similar to the UFC game plan, right? If all the people are expendable and all the people are expendable, you don't really got to rely on any of these people, on any one star, because you could just always just switch anybody in there. It doesn't matter, I personally think they would like a star. I just don't think they're as concerned if it don't happen either, because if you read the numbers, technically they making more money than ever before. So I don't think anybody's killing themselves over it. But I don't think they purposely trying to go against that. I think, I think that's a sacrifice for the content. Like I'm pulling a lot of this out of my ass, but I think for a sacrifice of making kind of a mainstream product, right? Is you're not really taking risks. When you're not taking risks, you probably don't get The Rock or Stone Cold or something, right? But what you do get is maybe a guaranteed success, overall as a company. Like enough that NBC wants to buy out your whole catalog, right? But, maybe you just don't get that big payoff. You don't get another Hogan, right? You don't get Rock. You don't get
there's a trade-off.
HBK. Yeah.
This ain't artisan made.
I only watch YouTube clips, but of all the people, and it's funny because I wasn't a big fan of him, but I could still respect game, and I could still recognize when good is good. From all the OGs, he's 40 years old now. Randy Orton, I see Randy Orton go out there do his thing, like he looked legit, and I could tell, like, this man is a G. But I see some of these other people going, and it's just like, it's like a far cry from even like from Randy's talent.
What kind of wrestling do you watch? Just like a bunch of indie shit where these dudes are at, or
you mean like right now, or like? Cause right now it's hard for me. Right now it's mostly the YouTube clips because I I can't. I still pay attention
Or
to
you
the,
just be watching clips of specific people.
I tried to watch, specific people, because I try to watch the shows like when David was recommending it to me and my other friend who came on recently, but it's too bad. I don't know how they do it. It's too bad. It's too bad, and people do crazy.
Dumb trash.
Yes, people do crazy shit.
I remember seeing whatever TNT was. I don't know if that exists now, but I was like, yo, wrestling look crazy.
Well, TNT got AEW now, so.
Yo, but I mean, when that first came out, whatever TNT is.
You mean TNA or the channel TNT?
TNA, I don't know.
Okay.
See, like, yeah, maybe it's TNA or whatever. Whatever the little wrestling league they had come out.
You probably mean like TNA. TNA had a few good years, but this is the thing. Like, so this is a pattern I notice with all of them, and I don't know, right? I'm not a business owner. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But I feel like TNA probably had a chance, right? But it seems like a lot of these companies, they always make a mistake in that. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's not a mistake, but all these companies have died, so maybe it is a mistake. The thing that makes them special is the young guys, and the young guys usually do a lot of crazy shit. But once they get some hype off of that, then they bring in an OG. And TNA, to my surprise, I'm only just found this out recently. Yo, Hogan and all these people showed up at the end of TNA, and I was like, yo, why do you guys keep turning to these people who every time they show up, your league always goes out of business? Yo, like they always turn to the legends because the legends were there, you know? And it's just like, yo, maybe it's not about that. Yo, like maybe people watching your shit because it's not the legends, you know? Like those people who like Rock and Friends, right? They're watching that, but maybe everybody else likes that there is no Rock here, you know? Because I see this other company, AEW, they got Chris Jericho, they got Sting, right? 61-year-old Sting, and now they just signed, actually this week, they just signed Big Show, who I'm like, wait, he still wrestle too? I didn't even know that. My friend was like, he might do commentary. I was like, you gonna pay this guy 7+ digits to sit on his ass? I was like, that's wild, yo. This man just dropped like a Netflix show. He don't even need to be there. So he probably is being like overpaid to cross, because essentially he's betraying WWE by doing that, because he's 22 years with WWE. So in Vince McMahon world, that's like, you know, it's not cool. You know, but I'm like, yo, what do you think Big Show is really gonna do for you? Like, I love Big Show. Like, respect to the Big Show. He did his thing in wrestling. But I'm like, what on earth do you think signing this guy is going to, like, do? Like, is that, like, going to bring, like, the world to you? Like, and I feel like some of these companies, when they get this hype off of being the new kids on the block, they just start, all right, now we got respect. Now they just start calling all the OGs back to kill their company. And it's like, yo, what are you doing? You know? Like, what the fuck? You know? Like, I don't know. But
DukeMoney.
Yeah, man. Speaking of, but yeah, he can do that because there's the owner of AEW is like a billionaire, so he owns the Florida football team, and he owns a soccer team, and he owns some car company in America. So it seems, honestly, like it seems like a company. I don't know if AEW is making profit or not. I'm gonna assume probably, right? Why would you keep this in bit? But it seemed like a company, like a passion project company. Like outside looking in, not knowing any of their financials, I'm like, this cannot be making money, right? This cannot be. This is like, you doing this shit because you like wrestling. I can't remember what legendary moment. There's a legendary moment in wrestling where the owner of this company, they actually like found the picture and they pointed out like, oh, he's right here. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, like this guy seems like he's had a hard on for wrestling his whole life, you know, and he's a billionaire, so it's like, why not make his own company in the end, you know? There's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes a lot of people like to say he's doing some of these things because he's a fan and not really because it makes sense maybe to do it, you know? So, but I don't know. I also think like maybe this is a new wrestling for a new group of people that I just don't understand, you know, because it's a lot of crazy shit on that show. Here's will be the last thing I'll say on that. That company, like, if they have 200 people like assigned to their roster, which they do have a lot, they only have 2 hours of TV every week, and it feels like they try to cram like 170 of those people in those 2 hours. So it's almost like everybody gets 5 minutes, and it just feels like this hodgepodge of shit instead of like any coherent idea or story or direction. You know what I mean? It just feels like they're trying to stuff everything into one basket. But let me see. Here's a quote. Maybe Duke got some comment. I can't remember where I got this from. I was hearing somebody on probably some podcast on something involving music. But it was some person, I can't remember, guy or girl, and they were saying some shit about music. Somebody said their music's dope, and they said, I can't take credit for the music, right? That you're saying is dope. Because I guess they were of the belief that they got out of their own way, right? So they were saying the songs that sucked or the art that sucks, that's mine. But the ones that were dope, you know, it's like, you know, whatever he's saying, the spirit or the universe, because he was able to get out of the way, you know, of those songs. So I'm probably butchering that quote, but you get what I'm trying to say?
Nah, say it again.
So like the songs that suck are mine, right?
Okay.
And the songs that are dope, they're only dope because I got out of my own way. So that, you know, whatever God, the universe is giving me the song, I was just able to be like the receiver for it and put it out there.
Okay,
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting way of looking at it. It's like, sound like you a trash artist. You're like, yo, like, I only want to own all the art that sucks, you know? But all the ones that were dope, they weren't dope because of me, you know? Just thought that was an interesting phrase. Oh, okay. Here's a weird thing on. I was like, what does this even mean? I wrote down the mini player is off for videos made for kids. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? I was trying to watch some He-Man videos, and apparently most of the He-Man footage on YouTube is for children. It's on like I guess it's rated for children. And on my phone, I guess, you know when you watch something on YouTube, but then you like keep doing YouTube things, like looking at channels or whatever. Like I guess it calls that the mini player. And you cannot use a mini player for a video made for kids. And I don't know. I just found that like why, like why?
I don't know. I'd have to be on my phone. I don't know.
Basically,
Sure
why can't I do picture in picture?
Videos on my phone.
Like why can't I do picture in picture if the video's made for kids? You know, like.
Is that? Oh, I've never tried to do that.
So why would they want to prevent that?
I know you can watch kids videos for a fact, but the picture in picture thing, that's funny. I'm gonna test that.
I was just curious, like, why would you want to stop children's videos from being in picture? Like, what is the purpose?
Yeah, no, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. I never found that out.
What were you sending me? You sent me something that I didn't know what you were talking about.
I was going to get to that.
$3 million for JPEGs?
You want me to skip to that one?
Yeah, what was that about?
Let me see. Maybe I have to pull it up. Some dude I think called Beeple or some shit. He's an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's been doing art and maybe NFT since the day, but he's doing art. And I guess he had like this big auction day, and he made like 3.5 in that one day. You know?
Oh, okay. So it was an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you there's a marketplace for art in like the crypto world. I
don't
know much about it, but I've seen there's like eBay's for like the apps for it, just like for art.
Yeah, I have another article that I didn't send you in here. It had a list of a few markets and whatnot. I think I sent it to someone else.
What I just was looking into, that's why I kind of wanted to know what you were talking about, was if there are starting to be eBays that just use crypto, like I guess seller platforms or e-commerce platforms or person-to-person platforms, but that are just crypto-based. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Amazon essentially or eBay that just uses crypto. And I found some stuff, but I didn't like look into it. But I found like I don't know. I think maybe some sites that are starting to do that. That's crazy though.
I think they have some. They have some. What you talking about? They have like some sites that I didn't hear fully what you talking about, but little. But
NFTs, dude.
You saying that the sites that's buying, well, that's using crypto fully just to purchase items and shit.
Yeah.
It's usually art, like art, some type of art, NFT art.
No, so I'm saying I know. I've
you're
already
talking about
seen
beyond
apps
right.
that are just
Item
for
period.
art.
Items period.
I've seen ones that just sell art. There's ones that sell in game, like any games that are run off of crypto. There's some like the game that I play, but I guess there's mad other games where like the items and characters or whatever's in the game could be bought and sold. People buy and sell the items, card games. Yeah, but I haven't seen one that's like a just general marketplace. So you could buy art, you could buy your speakers. You know, like if you wanted to sell your speakers, you could do that, but everything is just, it's like crypto based instead of stuff like that. Cards and whatever. I seen like a Fiverr type joint that's crypto based, like micro gigs, but it's just all I guess crypto based. You just get paid in crypto, or I don't know. I seen a bunch of weird stuff.
I know a lot of times, right, the right question to ask is not so much why and like just how do you make money off of it too, but I don't know, sometimes I'll be trying to understand it and I was like, why would anybody want to own this NFT art? Like these things in particular, I can't, because I still barely understand. Because he was saying like they're just JPEGs, right? And I was like, well, can't you just own any JPEG by screen capping it and then just like saving it right there? I was like, why do you want to own that specific byte, And I know they were saying some people were flipping it immediately on secondhand market. But yeah, it was just curious. Like for the people who actually want to own it and not own it for profit, I was like, if they're just JPEGs, like why would you want to own it? Now,
dude, why do people want to own?
Okay, no, see, I'm asking this wrong before you ask that. Like, it's just that you can own it without, because it's digital, you can, right? Anything I see or hear, I can take, in the digital realm. So it's like, what's the need? Like, I'm not physically owning it. You know what I mean? like it's digital. So like, I can just take it. Like by you showing it to me, I can just take it. You know what I mean? Like if all I really want is the picture and that's it,
I don't know what like the value of art being on the blockchain or whatever is to people. Like I don't know. I guess in that sense is one of one, but to your point, like you could take a screenshot, but
yeah, it's really not one of one. That's what I mean.
Is what people get out of it. I mean, the same thing. I mean, there's been fakes of actual paintings.
Yeah,
right?
but those are real, like in that they're tangible, so at least you thought it was real.
What I'm saying is though, to the person the reason you want the real one is because it's the real one. It's one-on-one. I get it. It's a physical one. I'm just saying it's like the digital equivalent. Like, yeah, you got a fake, you got a copy of it, but that's not the actual one. What value is it? I don't know. Why are Picasso paintings valuable?
I get it. I'm just getting lost.
Thought he was nice. I don't know why.
No, I get it. And maybe there's a thing I'm missing because I get what you're saying, right? Like we all assign the value, but the thing is with a lot of those scenarios, I'm like, who really knows why Picasso is whatever, right? But I do know if I have a Picasso, I have one that's tangible to me, and it's like. Unless I did something, because I barely understand NFTs, right? So unless it's something I'm missing, I'm like, but if I have a picture that I took, and if I have the real picture I took, they actually both do the same thing. You know what I mean?
That shit might be like digitally signed by the artist or something. You know what I'm saying?
Then that adds extra stuff.
It's a copy.
For
so
sure.
Like I said, that's cool. Yeah. You can have a counterfeit of the shit. Nobody can stop anybody from trying to fake a Picasso and getting it off. But a real Picasso has been certified by some dude who probably looks at
but that fake Picasso takes work. This is a right click This is a right.
This is a one. You're missing the point. I don't collect art. What I'm saying is people have assigned a value to whatever you're getting. Like maybe that
I
NFT
sort of get
is
what
like,
you're saying, but I think
got a
part of what makes
screenshot,
that
that's
thing
cool,
valuable.
but this is the one that's actually signed by John Smith. Now, if John Smith died and become the Picasso of digital art, and you got his actual shit that was signed by him, this ain't a screenshot of it. This is the original, first edition. And that has value to people, then maybe that's
no, for sure, yeah. That goes into the whole subjective thing.
I'm saying it's a right click though. I could right click and copy this.
But it's a counterfeit.
See, Duke, feel me. I'm glad.
You thinking about you talking about art, right? Why do people collect art and spend money on art? Why?
No, I get it, but like, and then maybe there's something I'm missing.
Really
I get your philosophy. I get it.
Buy a fake joint. You could get a fake one on.
No, but you see,
Spring or whatever.
I get it. Yes, but you see, even that fake one, right? You just said it. I could go buy a fake one. That still requires me.
Monet's
no, for sure, but that
Da
still
Vinci
requires
joint.
effort from me. The fake one. Like, even if that effort is just me spending it, like, it can't just be replicated by me taking out my camera phone and taking a picture of
I don't guess who replicates it. Redbubble does. You could just put a picture up and they'll replicate it for you. So who? I don't get.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna look. It is not gonna look like that real Monet. Like, cause if I want that shit,
I never seen the real Monet. But you see, why would I care about that if I'm gonna right click it? If I'm the type of person that's gonna right click the shit,
because it's digital, and if it's right click the pro, if it's copy the pro, it's gonna be exactly the same.
The value isn't necessarily the picture itself, Abraham.
I get
people
that.
buy pieces of art because they all enjoy the picture. Some of them shits look like splats, but for some reason, that dude only made 5 of them. He's dead. Everybody needs these things, and so they're worth billions of dollars. The value's in the fact that it's rare, that it is a one-on-one from, and everyone
I get
likes
everything you're saying, but even like that Redbubble example is just like a better to make example of a duplicate would be if somebody were to at least paint it, because now we have like an actual duplicate, a real duplicate, painting versus painting.
I ain't gonna pay $1 million for it though if it's not.
No, but at least like it's 1-to-1. If you just got a picture from Redbubble, that's just a picture.
It's not 1-to-1. It's not painted by the person. That's where the value is.
No, I get the value part, but I'm just saying. But now it's a painting, and now we're comparing it to a painting. But when you say, when it's both digital, like there really is nothing different. Now I know, yes, the handwriting, the signature,
in the picture,
yes. Yeah,
talking about the art itself. What I'm saying is that the value isn't.
And I know I get that, but I was just saying digitally, there's no difference in those real life examples.
Why would I?
There's difference in those real life examples.
It's impossible for it to be 1-to-1.
But a painting,
if it's physical, I just need it close enough because I don't care if it's the real one.
But there's a difference between a painting and a photo.
That's the whole point of me getting this. The click joint. You just care about the signature, right? That this is actually from this dude. His hand did this shit. I'm just saying that might be the equivalent of the digital signature you get with the real one for people who collect art.
Yeah.
I don't collect art, so I don't know why people.
I guess Abe was saying that. I think because I ain't hear all of it.
I understand what he's saying.
He's saying it's being that it's a JPEG. He said, I don't know why the JPEG is so worth so much when you can just right click it and copy it and make it.
I don't know why Picasso is that much. If you could just pay a dude $20 to try his best, or he's an ill street artist to paint you a fake Picasso. What's the point in getting a real one?
It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same.
Is it physical? Because I actually have this thing that says
no, but if you paint somebody $20 on the street, there's not going to be the same quality.
How do you know that? You don't own a Picasso and you never bought a replica.
Well, based on that philosophy, based on that probability scenario, you're right. I don't know that, but also probability of a street guy.
I've never seen a real Picasso to know if the copy looked good or not.
I think we're about to get into a nut in this argument, but can I just Google a Picasso and compare it?
That's not the real one in your living room. If you're talking about the physical,
No. I said
picture,
compare it, not to own it. I just said to compare it so that I can know it's the
not
real
gonna
one.
look exactly this. So then, why you want to even get the physical painting then just print a picture out if you just want the picture?
Well, no, I just wanted to know what it looks like before I got the physical painting, right? Because you said I just didn't know what it looks like.
Why would you be buying the physical painting?
I don't know. All I was saying is that replication is super easy in the digital world. So, like, you just keep talking value arguments, and I get it. So I feel like from a I want to make money standpoint, I get why the NFT things are going on. I don't understand, like, if you actually care about the art, I don't understand, like, what makes it different, like, owning it versus, like, well, just literally just grab a photo. Like it's digital, you know, like those things are not really, you can't really replicate it in real life, the real painting scenarios versus if the whole thing is digital. Yeah, like this the same thing. That's why I always felt like music stealing was never stealing in the first place when it came to Napster. Like, well, no one's losing anything, we're just copying a lot. And I know it's illegal and semantics and all that, but they're just copies, you know, like they're actually the same.
I see what you're saying, and the answer to your question lies in why do people buy or place value in it in the first place?
In anything, yeah.
There must be a reason, despite what you just said. I understand what you're saying.
I was just curious what that reason was for these.
People are still doing it. So it being one of one, it having the signature, people knowing that this is the actual one that came from it, that must be why people are entertaining this in the first place. Otherwise, you would right click per se. And I think the same would be true for a physical one.
I wonder, like, what does that mean? Like, what is a one of one JPEG? Because you're just a control C away from 2 of 2.
I think it has to do blockchain stuff is that.
Say that.
I don't know about it. I don't know, but I'm sure it's somewhere along the lines of, like, you know, there's only your Bitcoin on the ledger. It can't be duplicated or stolen or whatever. I'm guessing it works along those lines.
I feel like on the internet, anything seen and anything heard is mine, you know? So just the act of seeing it means it can be recorded in some way.
If that's where people are placing the value, that's not true.
I mean, just images and words, just images and sound. If I'm seeing it.
You're talking about something different, though. Why are people placing money in it, and what it is different things. I understand what you're saying. You were wondering why is it blowing up, or what's the reason people are doing it. It don't make sense when you could just right click it. It's digital. You could just make a copy. I don't know. Is it rational that people pay all sorts of money for some of the things that they pay them for? Is it rational to buy poison? Is it rational?
But it's not about is it rational or not with all those other things. Like, I can at least, I'm not arguing if it's rational or not. But I can at least understand where they're coming from with those things. I'm still unknown where it's coming from with this. Like, I just would want to know, like, where is that value? You know, like, is the value solely like
art collector shit? Like, yo, this is the legit file. As crazy as that sounds to you, and I get it's different from physical paintings. I'm just, you know, I don't know if that dude is such a famous digital artist, and you got the original file, that might be like the first edition to people. And look, this is the signature. If your file don't say it, then yeah, cool. You can have the picture. Just like I could buy some shit that look close enough to a Picasso to me if I don't give a fuck. But this is the real joint for those that care. You
know what that is?
For those that really want the real deal file, this is it. I got the one-on-one. It's $100,000 if you want to have the rights to say that you got the legit joint from Abe Duke, and he's now dead, the digital artist. And I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking know. That's what it sounds like, right? It can't just be the picture.
That's like,
because fuck that. I go to a museum and just take a picture of the fucking pictures that I like, right? Tell some other nigga blow
but that don't look like at all like the painting. That's why I don't
it's close enough. But what's the value? You ain't got $35 million for a Picasso, right? So if you ain't got the money, if you don't care about,
It's close enough.
I know, and I get that for you, but see, but your examples suck because a copy of a JPEG literally is gonna look like a copy of it. It's gonna look like a JPEG. Shit on your phone is not gonna look nowhere near anything.
Not to those who care about it. Not to those who care about it being original. So you saying that from someone that don't?
No, I know, but see,
I
those
understand
people.
what you're saying, but that's where the value is.
And I get that. I get that.
An original, you're not gonna buy the original. You'll buy an exact knockoff of it.
And I get that. Now the difference is you're not gonna be able to tell between the original and the copy in the digital world. And that cell phone picture, I'm pretty sure everybody can tell the difference between.
Not for those that care, Abe. If I showed you a real counterfeit of two, you wouldn't know to tell the difference if this was real or not. You're not an art person. You don't know. You don't look at artifacts.
Well,
how would you know if you're not somebody that's into the art to know, like, nah, this parchment isn't even from this period. This is clearly not what it is. And people have made replicas of ancient artifacts and fooled people. Yes, that does take time, right? That still would take some kind of skill, but they were trying to replicate it one-to-one for a reason, because it was, for some reason, people think this shit is valuable, right? But if you don't care, well, how would you care that it was one-to-one? You just want a version of the picture. Because if you don't want the original one, that's what you want.
Yeah.
You just want a replica. Or you want a real good counterfeit. You want a top tier counterfeit of the Monet to say that you got the closest, right? Like, where's the value in it? My shit looked just like the real one in the museum.
Yeah. The chickens. I'll say the most interesting thing though with this, especially as it keeps going with music, is that somehow, some way, I guess the way all that stuff is set up, like, even though he's selling all these things, like, he still maintains a royalty percentage. So as people keep reselling the same item, he still keeps getting paid for it.
Wow.
So that's pretty, and I guess that happens with all NFTs, assumedly. So if you said
maybe that's the value in it,
that the artist always gets paid no matter what
for it. Yeah, maybe I don't know how all of it works, but
we fast forward.
People like having the original shit. That's all that I'm saying. There's people that like having the stamp on it saying that this is the official one for some reason.
No, for sure. I was just saying, like, you can't tell the difference, you know, like, and it's too easy.
And when you look under the file, this is what I'm telling you.
No, but like what I'm saying is, like,
it might be the tag, the stitching in the shoe.
So like it's really hard to make a bad copy, you know, like in digital land, unless you just.
I understand what you're saying, and at this point, I would think it's probably hard to make a fake Jordan shoe.
It's really easy.
Yeah,
people do it.
I was gonna say, I was like, no.
All I meant to say, I wouldn't think at this point it's that hard to do it, right? So to my point, it's easy to make a fake Jordan shoe, but people still, right, want this shit authenticated. People still want to make sure that they got the real Jordans, that this is exactly the way it's supposed to be per the factory standards, or the shit might be damn near identical, dog, and they still gonna want the one that came in the Nike box and they got the receipt saying that this shit is official.
I know what you're saying, the whole value thing.
You just care about it looking like the real joint, then you could get a real looking knockoff Jordan, right? But if somebody find out them shits is knockoff in the hood, what happen? Everybody gonna start joking on you that you got the what? The fake shit. That's not the real version. What is the value in the real version? I don't know. I have no idea if you just care about the shoe look. But if you care that it came from Nike factory and that's the real joint, then, right, you got to get the real joint for whatever that's worth.
I see both sides. Abe is talking about It's so easy to replicate.
It's literally the same thing. It's literally the same thing. It's not even a replica. It's like literally the same thing. What I'm saying is if you presented somebody with a exact replica of a Jordan, somebody that literally did the shit just like Nike, you told them and just, yo, this is the same thing. This is the same exact one, but it's not from Nike. Joe Smith made this shit, but this shit is put it to any test. But people still gonna want the one that says that came from the Nike Jordan.
Yeah, so I get it. People want the OG. I guess my thing is, it's just like I would just like to hear it from them because I feel like they'll probably have a more emotional answer. Because I'm like, it don't even require like skill to make a copy. This is what I'm saying. Like we'd actually have to learn how to make a copy of any relic in real life. You know what I mean? Even a Jordan sneaker.
I think these people will tell you is that those are not copies of the actual file, I guess, right? Like,
yeah, some deep in
the picture, so then, exactly like you're saying. But
so
that
maybe is the art the code, and not even the picture? It's not even the picture then. That's
what I'm guessing it is that shit is like authenticated that this was created by the thing, and like you can't own that part. Only whoever owns the NFT owns that signature or that fingerprint. Like, yeah, you can screenshot it or whatever, but it's still not the real joint that, you know, the real NFT joint. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, I'm guessing that's where the value must be. Because why not just screenshot it then? What's the fucking point of doing that? What do you have then? I got another JPEG that anybody could copy. I don't think, even though we might not see the value in it being like some super signature or whatever, like I couldn't see that not being the case. The people just really is just JPEGs. It's just
if that picture is like on a ledger, like a ledger or iLock.
That's what I'm saying.
Like if it's something like that, then it'll hold a lot more value.
That's what is. It's hard
to copy. It's hard to.
But the minute you show it to anybody on any computer platform,
I get what you're saying. I understand. But those people must want the ledger. That's what they're buying.
Yeah,
they're buying the ledger. They don't care what Picasso painted. They're just buying the fact that this shit is a Picasso. Verified.
Yo, so I'm gonna move on to. I actually posted the article in the Discord chat if anybody cares, but it's there. But this article, you know, probably a little overkill in here, but NFTs are changing the music industry right before our eyes. I guess some dude called, what's his name? Dmx Green, right? He sold on Foundation. He sold a song, I guess, called Promise for 13 ETH over 23K, right? Yeah. The audio visual clip teases out a few seconds. See, only a few seconds because we jacked that shit right away. But it teases out a few seconds of an unreleased song, right? I guess he's doing the one-of-one thing similar to Wu-Tang Clan, right? Wu-Tang just shows you how far RZA was, right, ahead of his time, right? But the thing that surprised me here, right, because this is like, for all us guys, we're just learning, like this is a big no-no. When you buy this song, you also get the publishing rights to this song in perpetuity. It says this NFT represents not only a one-of-one AV, but the publishing rights to the song upon his release. And he's doing this because he said he got screwed by his recent publisher. So I was trying to find the quote, but he was like, if I sell it to somebody, I bet you they could do a better job with it than like whoever, like whoever was his actual publisher, and even if they don't, well, they just bought the song, and the same thing applies. Even if they sell it to 500 other people, he gets a royalty from every sell.
That must be why the art is like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy though. Like, because like you said, shit could get bootlegged super easy with digital stuff, but if there's rights attached to it, or if that signature or thing holds value to anybody, then
publishing,
right? Like, there you go. And if it's on some type of ledger, then you can't really, you can't really counterfeit that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you would want to maybe have whatever people determine are assets in that form, because you can't Be like, yo, I got the fake shit. Like, nah, you don't.
It's hard to get to. Yeah.
Yo, so I just found the comment I was talking about, and in the tweet thread announcing Promise NFT drop, Jacquez Green said he recently got out of a long, pretty bad publishing deal. Now he's independent songwriter. He elected to sell the publishing rights to this song to whoever wins the auction. That could theoretically be anyone. It could be fan, friend, another publisher who feels they could do better with his music. Maybe a music supervisor who already has placement ideas and wants more skin in the game, you know? So yeah. And the article talks about some other dude. He built, I guess his name's 3Lao. Another artist committed to continue blurring the line is 3Lao. He immersed himself in the crypto scene for many years and has been essentially carving the path for musicians in the realm of NFTs. I guess he made his own store. He made his own auction market and marketplace. And he's having Thursday, February 25th, the bidding will be open for 33 rare vinyl NFTs that represents his best-selling album, Ultraviolet. I don't know what a vinyl NFT means. Is that real or fake? You know, like, does that mean I get a vinyl too? Oh, here it is. Limited edition physical vinyl. Okay. Custom song created by 3Lao with winner's creative direction, tokenized as a one-of-one NFT. So it's a platinum vinyl NFT. So you get custom song from him. You get a limited edition physical vinyl. Then unreleased.
And you get the digital rights
yeah.
to it.
Well, no, he ain't selling that. I don't think he's selling that.
No. But I mean the digital rights.
To this. Yes, yeah.
That package
yeah.
is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Unreleased music unlockable on 3lao.com with your vinyl NFT. So all 11 songs, NFTs from the Ultraviolet album. So, and he announced it, I guess, on Clubhouse, Duke. So he's on there too. Not everybody's gonna build their own NFT shop, so there's a site called Catalog.works, you know. It's like a Bandcamp for audio NFTs.
Somebody made 20K of selling the.
Yeah, man. Yo, I posted it later if you want. If you want to look at it, the link's in the Discord. If you want to look at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that. 20K off it. That's crazy.
Yeah. And there's just more examples in the whole article. So. It even has Audius in here, which is the thing my friend was going crazy over. Which I tried uploading 4 songs on here, and then the site spazzed, and I gave up because I was like, dude, I'm not doing this shit again, man. So, but yeah.
Selling pub though, that's a beast. When you sell your pub with the song, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised with that, but you know, I mean, he still made 23K, and he'll make more if they keep reselling it or not, you know. Plus, who knows, right? I can't read that article. I can't read his deal. Like, it might literally just be like they have ownership over the song and that they get to use it, you know? Maybe like, you know, he probably still gets paid for it, maybe as a writer and all that bullshit, but they might just have, because it seems like he really wanted to sell control over it. So if they want to put it in a movie, go ask whoever owns the NFT, not me, you know? But he probably still gets something for it, you know? So
yeah, the key is that it's just one, you could do that. He didn't need nobody to do that, right? You could just now do that by yourself. I don't know how it works, but right. And it's just out, you know, it's now in a different kind of system. Almost like peer-to-peer now for, you know, whatever, I guess digitally.
all right, I should probably read this on my own, but yeah, but there's a lot in there, Duke. Like a lot of sites and all this shit.
You should you put it over here.
It's in the Discord, the podcast chat.
Right.
Yeah. But,
Y'all gonna mess with any of them?
oh, maybe, man. I mean, like, cause there's always the thing. Like I said, I tried that site and it just crashed on me. It was like, yeah, it ain't working, and I was like, really, dog? I just lined up 4 songs, and now you're gonna just not work on me? Like, so that wasn't a good start with the audience. And then that's the thing too. Like, unless these places have like some type of like discovery thing. Whether you're doing it here or on Spotify, like the one thing missing on here is like we don't have followings, and even if these followings are small, right, these guys have followings, you know. So it really didn't matter what these guys did, you know. They happen to be doing NFTs or whatever, but they still have people that fuck with them, and I feel like I don't got nobody who fucks with me yet, you know.
What about you, dude?
What?
Are you gonna mess with any of this stuff or dabble in this music NFT things?
This is my first time hearing about this. So
Yeah, look at it. I think you would like some shit.
Do some research. That's about it. It sounds intriguing though. It sounds dope.
All right.
Anything with money.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't against it at all. I think it's fine. My thing more is just like, it's like, should I mess with it, or is it just like another distraction from like, hey man, why don't you get good first? Like, yo, because if I had like 10 people that fuck with me, almost I could start to implement any idea, any business model, and probably get something from those 10 people, right? But right now, last time I checked, got a fan base of 0. You know what I mean? So like, there's no money to siphon off nowhere. So unless going to one of these places and auctions magically gives me people who just start to like my shit for some reason, I don't know if there's any difference than anything, right? I don't know if there's any parallel difference between Spotify or any of these things, because it's like, if no one's getting it, then no one's getting it from a different forest. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't matter.
All right.
Like this guy, the main dude who sold his thing for like 23K, he got like 30,000 people on his Twitter, you know, which is not a lot, but that's enough, you know, like to just have somebody that, you know, clearly somebody likes his shit. You know what I mean? Like, so he can drop an NFT, and maybe of those 30,000 people, maybe 10 people use crypto or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, visibility's king.
But I mean, we don't even need that. We don't even need that much visibility. I'm just saying we don't have any sometimes, you know, like some of us artists here. Like, in at least I'm thinking of my peer group when I say that shit. So.
Just the thought of giving somebody an asset, that's crazy. I don't think I would give anybody an asset.
You don't gotta sell your pub, Duke. There's just one guy, dude. Like, let it go. Let it go.
I don't give nobody no asset. No, what?
I'm talking about not you. I'm talking about like in the aspect of giving him a Bitcoin for his music. First they're exchanging assets. That's that part right there. You exchanging assets.
Would you sell somebody just one exclusive? I mean, you kind of do this already as someone who sells shit to rappers. But what I'm trying to say is, would you make a song for just one person and that's it? Kind of like the Wu-Tang album, and they could do whatever they want with it.
Yes or no?
Well, what does that mean? Yes or no? That means the more money they give you, the more that no turn into a yes. Is that what you're telling me?
All depends on the numbers.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Duke say that because going back to the gig I got next week, I told him kind of similar. Like, look, man, I don't really do this no more. And then he told me a certain price, and I was like, all right, you know. So it's no and yes. That's how I phrase it, Duke. It's no and yes. It's no until somebody give me enough money, then it's a yes. But yeah, there's that. I don't know. I should take a look at those articles, and then maybe I can talk about it at a higher level than how I was able to now. Where did I leave off on this? There's again some of this from last week. Facebook blocked, I guess, Australia news last week. Honestly, I don't even know if that's still continuing. I don't know if you know anything about that.
They changed their laws or something.
Yeah, because they didn't want to give them no money. So you know what was funny? And kind of like a baby fuck you to Australia, they read a letter to the law, and so a lot of government officials got banned from Facebook, like they pages, you know. And they said, like, well, according to your new rules, like, this is news too. You know, like, so you're back.
Yeah, no, they're back to normal.
Oh, are they
Whatever
really?
they was trying-
So what happened? What happened?
The law, they changed the law to not make it crazy.
Okay. Wait, so is Facebook not going to give them no money?
Well, I don't know. It's not whatever they said they were gonna do though. Whatever model they wanted, that shit didn't happen.
Because you know what's crazy there? If Facebook's not going to give them no money, like literally, like 2 weeks ago, and Duke was here too. Like we did. This was like part of the last real podcast we did. They did a France negotiation where
I was there. I remember.
Yeah, so if France are gonna get money and Australia's gonna get nothing, somebody fucked up these negotiations big time. Somebody was an idiot. Somebody was an idiot. So I don't know. Someone fucked that up. I don't want to go back to the winter crisis we had last week, but Ted Cruz was in Cancun. That was pretty funny. You know, shout out to our government officials. You heard about that, Duke? Our senator.
They had mad memes on him with the suitcase.
Yeah.
You ain't seen none of these shit. It's all on Instagram. Well,
You need power to see that shit, dog.
It was on Instagram and Facebook. The nigga had a suitcase going get on a plane. Then they had him contradicting everything he's saying. Then he's flying.
He blamed that shit on his daughters. He said, I wanted to stay, but my
kids. No, you send the kids and you stay here and freeze with the shit. You know what I mean? I would have got the family out of there. I wouldn't have got mad at that. Like,
how you blame that shit on your daughters, yo? Like, why
I gotta stay here, though. He used them to escape. Well, they was cold. Know what I mean, what I was supposed to do. Know what I mean, can't let them go there by themselves. They need their daddy. I mean, they just happened to choose Cancun. I was like, this ain't gonna look good, but I'm a daddy. You know what I mean? That's what I would have said on TV. I'm a dad. Dude. Come on, I'm a dad. Everybody's a dad.
Yo, next time something go wrong, blame it on Orion, dog. Blame it on just blame it.
I'm a dad. You know what I mean? I have a kid. You know what I mean? You can relate. I mean, you know what? I didn't care about it. I was like, good. I'm glad he went there and was warm. That's the smart thing to do. That's a smart thing to do when you're in that position. It wasn't the smart optical thing. You know what I mean, but he good, right? He ain't get fired or nothing like that. He got some memes.
Senators
got
last
memes on him nowadays.
Senators last like 6 years, I think, right? Like we ain't gonna remember that 6 years from now.
Man, I mean, and you ain't even official till you got a meme on you. So you check the. I mean, I'm sure he had memes before, but he just
meme official.
People just whine and complain about it, and this is just the stuff that goes on all of the time in different shapes and forms. So when I see it, I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? Salute. Is that taxpayer funded? I hope it was. I hope tax dollars paid for that.
It probably was. It probably
was. I mean, homie, do your thing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hate the player.
It probably was. It probably was.
No, hey. Would a stand-up person do that? Leader or whatever? Nah, but is that what we have across the board? I don't know.
Let's see. The next thing I had.
In Cancun, though.
Next thing I had on here, I told you already though, but we talked about this kind of briefly. Cruella de Vil got her own movie. It look alright. So Duke, I was gonna keep Arcade, and then we had no power for 4 days, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just cancel it. So but what I noticed with Arcade though, all the sounds you download, they stay. And that shit's dope. So I was like, you know what I could do? Almost like people who binge watch like Netflix or some shit. Maybe I don't know, once every 6 or 7 months, I just get it for a month, download mad shit, and just cancel it. And now for $10, I got mad shit, So yeah, it's pretty dope. I like Arcade. I just don't want to pay for it monthly right now, but it's pretty dope. I like it. No power. We talked about this. Yo, they had a Japanese FGC publisher gathering, second annual one. I guess they're gonna start doing this. It's kind of cool that it seems like a lot of the Japanese fighting game creators are at least on good terms, and that's probably why you're getting everybody playing with everybody's IP. But yo, Tekken 7 put out statistics, Wi-Fi statistics. They said, I think, okay, first off, they have English translation when this is going on because they're all Japanese. And one of the guys translating, he kind of comes from my time, you know, where I told you, like, you know, the hood stuff in New York and all that. So one of the guys translating, he says the word rollback, which is the popular netcode term that I always tell you about. And that's why Guilty Gear's netcode is good and all that. And he says, they told me specifically to not say this word. Like, that's kind of banned in, like, the Japanese talk. Like, they don't want, because all the Americans keep saying rollback, rollback. So he said, don't say it. But he said, well, one of the publishers said rollback. So I'm going to say, I'm just translating, you know. So I found that interesting, like, because he wasn't supposed to say that. They told him he's not even allowed to say that word. They don't even want to hear that. And stuff like that is interesting, because it's just like, clearly then that means the message is getting across that this netcode is better, yet you still don't want people to talk about it. I'm like, well, I wonder why is that?
You trying to do that shit? You don't give a fuck about what they're doing in America. That's their fucking problem. Stop bringing this shit up. We everybody cool over here. Everybody good. Everybody connection fine here. What's the problem there?
So they had
right? Is that what's going on?
basically.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, Tekken 7 put out their statistics, because I told you they got that Wi-Fi indicator. If you play on Wi-Fi, you get flagged, and now like people don't.
Look,
they have
they trash. Look, we got that in the pool. Why we keep bringing this shit up, man?
They have the option to not play you now if they see that you're on Wi-Fi, and they said
start kicking motherfuckers off this shit.
Wi-Fi usage has decreased by 10%. They said because
they going extinct.
It's still, I think he said it was still 60-40, but still, like it's still a lot too many people on
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Dying. We're killing them off like this. If we hold on for another decade.
there's a fighting game company, you probably don't know who they are, Rika. But because Tekken did it, and like I said, it seems like they're all friendly with each other. They too also added a Wi-Fi indicator in their game. So it seemed like all of them are starting to add like a Wi-Fi indicator, and if you want Wi-Fi,
look what their leaders do during crisis. We ain't gotta make no netcode. Look what they allow. Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing this up.
To me, the coolest thing though about that was there's gonna be a Guilty Gear character in Samurai Showdown. So I thought that was pretty dope. I don't even know.
His name's netcode.
I don't even know how a Guilty Gear character would even play in that world, you know, because it's kind of a Street Fighter-y, slower game, you know. They didn't say who it was, but a lot of people was like, well, it got to be Bacon, right? Because he's a samurai, right? You know, just kind of fits the mode, you know. But, yeah, no, I thought that is dope that they kind of keep doing these conferences, because it does show, like, yo, they kind of all friendly with each other, and now, like, they're starting to pop up in each other's games, and it seemed like a unified force, maybe against the Americans and their netcode that works, like Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct. But, I saw the Sonic movie, but that led to me, I don't even know if I'm going to talk about that movie yet, but that led to me, and what I did write down is I ended up hearing a lot of Sonic music, yo. And the Sonic composer, right? I was hearing Sonic 1 and 2 music, and I was like, man, this shit is hard, yo. This music is ridiculous, yo. And I'm hearing it. So I'm like, let me look up this guy. I would like to hear what other video games this guy did. You know how many video games this guy did? He only did Sonic 1 and 2, and that's it. He never did any other music. And that puzzled me. And turns out around the same time, he also started a group. And that group blew up simultaneously, literally right after Sonic 1 blew up. It seemed like he signed a record deal. And somebody at the record label was like, yo, man, we need music at Sega. I guess people know people, they know people, you know. So they hired him. And he's a baby in that one. To the point that, like, when he's doing their intro concerts, like, they were almost promoting Sonic more than at the beginning of that group's thing, even though the group ends up blowing up. But for Game 2, I guess he's big enough that for Game 2, he got to own the copyright of Sonic 2, you know? So he actually owns the music for Sonic 2. He doesn't own Sonic 1, but he owns Sonic 2 music. And then when Sonic 3 came around, I guess he's too big that they couldn't afford him, and they ended up getting an American, and they tried doing Michael Jackson and all this shit that didn't really work out. But yeah, I guess his group blew up, and that's it. He just had 2 games, and it was like, man, if you're gonna have 2 games under your belt, what 2 games to have, right? Sonic 1 and 2, you know, and that's it. I was like, that's a pretty beast resume, you know.
Legendary.
Yeah. And you know what's funny you say that? Because I think his group's name is called Dreams Come True. That's it. It is legendary. That's the name of his group. Dreams Come True.
You gotta put it out there.
Yeah. But let me see. What the fuck is this, man? I used to talk to Tex to write this. Steve Lukather. Oh, okay. I was hearing this guitar player talk. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but it's like Steve Lukather. And they're talking about music. These are OGs, so they've been around to see the time talking about music. Said labels sign people who can't make music on purpose so that they could bring in their own writers so that they own the publishing instead of the artist. So like, I thought that was an interesting. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, like it can be easy for us to sit here and like shit on like, man, you know, a pop star because he doesn't do nothing, he doesn't know stuff, you know, maybe young Rihanna, right? Because as far as I know, Rihanna still hasn't written one song, you know. But he says that's purposely done so that they can own the publishing, because the people who's writing the songs work for the label in the first place anyway, so they get their label cut anyway, you know. So yeah,
I can see that.
I was like, man, that's some sleaze shit. Because yeah, they were just talking about, you know, the typical old man thing, like how come nobody's talented no more? And he's like, nah, they not talented on purpose, because I want to own everything. So I kind of want you being a good performer, but here, let me tell you what to do, you know? That way I own it, because I wrote it for you. You didn't write it, I did, you know? I own the song. Thank you very much. Shit, I got another fighting game thing in here. We played all the wrong fighting games growing up. You already know this. Esports won the war, right? You ever heard of this game called Brawlhalla? Yeah, Duke knows, yeah. So it's free to play Smash Brothers. It's basically Smash Brothers, but it's on, you know, it's free to play, and I guess probably some guy made it or whoever, you know. But it looks exactly like Smash Brothers. It's 1-on-1 and everything. It's just not Smash Brothers. And I guess, I didn't even notice this, but Rayman is in there, and I'm like, Rayman's a real IP. I was like, how did he get in there? I was like, Rayman, how Rayman get in here? But anyway, they announced their own tournament series. It's $1 million. I was like, ain't no Street Fighter tournament's $1 million. Ain't no. Street Fighter's the best. Everything else is lower. So I mean, I don't even got to name no other games, you know. But like, I was like, I guess Mortal Kombat would be the equivalent. They also paid a lot when they care. But yeah, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are not having $1 million tournament series, you know. And it's like fucking the free to play Brawlhalla game, dog. Jesus. I don't even think Smash Brothers.
Money behind it.
I don't even think Smash Brothers has ever had something that big. Probably because Nintendo cockblocks it, you know. Yeah, that's kind of impressive, These free to play games. That seems to be, if you want all these people who want to mimic esports and fighting game land, as counterproductive as it might be, it seems like all the games that seem to do all this well are free to play. I don't know how you would translate that, and I bet you in the beginning they'd be probably terrified, but they could somehow figure out how to make their game free to play and just maybe DLC some shit and still get money from there. Maybe they can get that growth that they have supposedly been waiting for like, 10 years now or something, you know? That might be the only way. Yeah. So
yeah, Call of Duty Warzone is like that. Warzone is free.
Those games are big, though. They're much bigger than any fighting game. Like,
yeah, them shit just no, it's not $1 million. It's I think the biggest prize is $250,000.
No, so the $1 million is the series. So I bet you Call of Duty, like in a whole tournament series, I bet you gets into the millions too. Like in a whole year. That's what I mean. So in a whole year, Brawlhalla is gonna get $1 million, which is still more than any Street Fighter thing. So it's crazy. Oh, here's a horror story. When I was hearing Kenny Beats talk to Rick Rubin. I told you some stuff, but I don't think I told you this. Kenny Beats told a story of an artist that he knew, and he said that artist signed to a big artist, and that big artist is one of them Duke deals. That big artist gets 15% of everything, right? But he said if that big artist actually gets involved and they touch anything, he said if he changed the snare, he said he automatically gets 80% now of the song, and that song's his, even if you put it out. When Duke with the head nod. So yeah, that sounds like a horror deal.
That sounds reasonable.
That's I bet you that's when you hear Timbaland in the Beat Club, it makes. I bet you I could just totally see Timbaland doing that. I don't know why, but I feel like I could totally see Timbaland doing that shit. We can all get 100%.
Sounds reasonable to me.
I changed the snare, dog. That's 100%. That's 100%. This song wasn't gonna pop with that old snare, you know what I mean? It don't knock with your snare, dude. It knocks with my snare. That's the knock percentage.
That's that money snare. You hear that?
All DistroKid members can become Twitch affiliates now. I don't know if you care about that, Duke, because you don't really stream, but that's an option for you. If you want. We just did the NFT talk. Oh, you gonna like this, Phil. It's one of the last normal ones. Here, I'll save that. Let me just bum rush some shit. I listened to Rush this week. R-U-S-H, not the rapper. R-U-S-H, the old band. They're kind of their drummer actually died last year, I think. So, damn, yo, Rush goes hard, man. Those when you hear me talk about like some musical shit and blah blah blah, those are some motherfuckers who are like, even while kind of being poppy, like, man, they did some real shit, man. Because I was hearing this crazy podcast, which will lead into my next thing, and I was just hearing their discography and their catalog, and it's kind of crazy. They dropped their first album in '74, and then for whatever reason that drummer leaves, and then after that, it's just the same three people for 40 years straight. And it's like, man, that's some rare shit where the same three people just stick with each other for like that deep. No lineup changes, no nothing, you know what I mean? Just longevity. Straight out of Canada. Before Drake, son. The original Toronto people. So, I don't know. Shout out to the I don't know if we still do anything of the week, but that's my anything of this week, Rush. But that came up because I was hearing this podcast and I figured maybe we could do something with like some classic artists we like DMX just did Drink Champs, you know, so like maybe we could pick an artist, because the thing they were doing, like instead of doing normal podcast interview with famous people, they brought in 2 people from Dream Theater, and then there's 4 people on the show total, and they said everybody gets to pick 3 songs and we're gonna go one by one. And they just made like the best like Rush album, you know. And I'm like, we could probably like pick a favorite artist and I don't know, some shit, DMX or Eminem, and maybe we each pick 3 songs and make like a little EP, LP. What is the R shit, you know? I thought that might be cool or some shit, you know. Maybe something to do down the road. But the final story, and I know you're gonna like this, Phil. There is a new Superman remake. I'm sure I won you over right there. There's a new remake movie. Yeah. Like they just gonna reboot Superman again, you know, because we forgot who he was, you know. Cause you excited for that or not?
No.
So the reason why I say you're gonna be excited about it, because your favorite director is directing it, the one with all the sauce, J.J. Abrams. The sauce man.
Be in the farmhouse,
You know it.
I was gonna say Michael Bay.
Nah.
You'd be better off with Michael.
But you would be better off with Michael Bay. You'd have like Superman having more sex than he ever had in his life in that movie.
It'd be mad action. Superman would definitely show his powers off. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know if I cared if anybody made a Superman.
Yo, David linked me that today, and the first thing I thought was like, yo, this movie's gonna be exactly like the Richard Donner film, the 80 films. With what's his name? Is it Reeves? Christopher Reeves? Yeah, it's gonna be just that again. It's just gonna be that those two.
No, with a little twist of something new. That's the sauce.
That's the sauce.
They made fun of him in South Park. And they said he always give you that same old stuff you love, but like with a twist. It was some stupid shit like that. They needed him. You know what they wanted him to do? They wanted him to rewrite the national anthem because of all of the controversy. So they figured he was the best director because he would be able to preserve some of the old stuff but give us like the new little bit of something new. So they go to his house and try to like convince him to rewrite the national anthem or the Star Spangled Banner. Same thing. But yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. That shit sound whack already.
I missed the chat in here, dude. I
don't hate J.J. Abrams either, but I ain't into.
You ain't about that.
You know, Superman fucking orange. He's Superman now. At least for me, like, if you don't know who Superman is now, like, you was just born. Is this movie for babies?
I don't know. Wait, what's that? Oh, Stavi? Can't hear you though. You was on mute, but I saw it was.
So Willie.
Yeah.
That's my nigga right there.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that was all the topics I have. I was just gonna go through the comicbook.com bullshit now. The only saving grace I might say for that Superman movie is I think the guy writing it is he's the Black Panther writer of the last current comic book series. The current comic book series, not the movies or nothing, just comic book series.
Yeah, if you're looking for another Superman reboot, I guess, maybe.
I mean, no, it just was because I believe JJ wrote Star Wars and all that shit. So at least JJ's not writing it. He's just directing it. It might...
Yo, but why are they rebooting Superman, though? What is going on?
Because Zack Snyder's the poison and blah, blah, blah and all that stuff, you know? They didn't like...
I just started off later on, and let's pretend none of that evil shit happened, and...
Nah, my man said evil. So you say evil.
How he making it seem like, yo, just please. All right, he's Superman. We get it.
Hold on. Look, this is actually #1 story on comicbook.com. Superman reboot coming from Ta-Nehisi Coates and J.J. Abrams. So.
I don't know. I guess if you like Superman. I don't even like Superman like that. I think he's a whack superhero.
Like, so Warner Brothers bought out J.J. Abrams. They own his company now, like Bad Robot. Part of the reason, a lot of people think that they got Bad Robot just to get him working on DC films. So this might be the start of that. Wait, who said this? Oh, this is Coates. All right, I want that JJ quote. There is a new, powerful, and moving Superman story yet to be told. We couldn't be more thrilled to be working with the brilliant Mr. Coates to help bring that story to the big screen, and we're beyond thankful to the team at Warner Brothers for the opportunity. That was very PC.
It's going to have enough of that old seasoning that you love, though. You know what I'm saying? To bring everybody together.
So I didn't know this, but a lot of people, who don't like him for similar reasons that we're talking about, apparently Abrams pitched a Superman movie back in the day called Superman Flyby, and he screen tested people for it. But apparently you could read this script online, and apparently it does JJ things in there, So, let's see. I don't know what this means, but the #2 story was Iron Fist trending as Kevin Feige doesn't mention the character during the TCA presentation. Not sure what TCA means, but is that probably for this new movie? I would like. But basically, it is pretty funny. Iron Fist was ignored. Like, let's not talk about that.
Yeah. From what I heard. Very well. Peace out, Iron Fist.
Kevin Feige. Oh, look, these are like random Twitter quotes. But Kevin Feige talks about AOS, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. But ignores Punisher, Iron Fist, Runaways, Cloak and Dagger, and Agent Carter. I mean, that person... See, this is just fan commentary, but Agent Carter is actually in Marvel What If. I believe she's Captain America. So, you know, she ain't get forgotten. Maybe just some of the whack folk is being forgotten. Like, she didn't get forgotten. She's still technically the person who created S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, her legacy's there, you know? Like,
wasn't Daredevil cast for Spider-Man?
Exactly. You know, like calm down. People, it just might be... Maybe we just don't like Iron Fist right now. Plus, honestly, dude, like with the Shang-Chi movie, I think they're probably going to let... Iron Fist is probably too Asian related for them that they probably gonna let. I can't see that dude coming back. Like, who knows? Maybe he comes back. Maybe they all come back. The Netflix people, right? But it's hard to imagine him coming back just because he didn't have the same reception that Daredevil had. I feel like Luke and Jessica, they all kind of had their own good reception. I don't think no one liked him. You know what I mean? Even when he was cast, I feel like he got hate. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't even watch the show yet, and I feel like people were hating him, you know? Marvel 3's Spider-Man title officially revealed. Damn, the beats just popped out. The film is officially titled Spider-Man No Way Home. No Way Home. There we go. The film is incredibly ambitious, and I'm delighted to say we're succeeded in making it. I mean, I would hope most movies are successful in making them. Let's see. What is this? Boss Kevin Feige told us, surreal to me that we're talking about Spider-Man 3. The biggest clue is the title of the second Doctor Strange movie. That's the biggest clue where the multiverse of madness is taking us. All right. Mr. Potato Head being renamed to be gender neutral. Why is that on comicbook.com? I never understand some of the stories that are on this website. So, yeah.
What's up, Mr. Potato Head?
He's gender neutral now. That's what's up.
So just Potato Head?
Yeah. Hold your tot, your main spud. Mr. Potato Head isn't going anywhere. While it was announced today that the Potato Head brand name and logo are dropping the Mr. Yam. They spelled yam. I think they mean AM, but I don't know if the yam is a play on potato words, but I am proud to confirm that Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head aren't going anywhere and will remain Mr. and Mrs. Potato. This is from Hasbro. Hasbro had to...
Yeah, wouldn't that be just like discrimination against Mrs. and Mrs.? But, yeah.
So the characters are still intact. They just said the brand name has changed. Like, if you... Because I'm looking at the toy box. And yeah. I don't know.
What does a gender neutral potato act like?
I don't know.
Yeah, I get it in a way, but I don't know.
Superman and Lois season 1 preview release. I haven't watched this yet. I do want to see it. I know you guys won't be watching that, but like it's the pilot to the TV show. It's probably CW trash, but the pilot does look like a movie.
When it comes up,
it's out already. I think David said he saw it. He said it's good. Superman and Lois. It's the TV show. Like he said it was good. I want to see it. I just want to see episode 1. David be mad optimistic, man. I was like, look, I'm pretty sure it's a bait and switch. The movie is probably, it looks expensive because it's probably dope to lure you in, and then the rest is trash. So I don't think I plan on seeing episode 2 or anything. Plus, it looks like their children, like, it looks like CW bait and switch. Like, Superman got kids now. It's like, I don't watch the fatherhood struggle, you know what I mean? All right. Blade won't be rated R. So, yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Well, oh well.
One Division came on today?
Yeah, I saw it already. Go see it. That's all right. I guess I can't. Once again, I can't say nothing. Superman movie reboot will reportedly introduce a black Superman. Sorry, I was like, brand new era for the Man of Steel set to come with prolific.
It was racist.
With prolific author Ta-Nehisi Coates teaming up with J.J. Abrams for DC Comics reboot. Looks like it will be a major change for cinematic appearance of the character, though not one comic book fans aren't used to. As, yeah, this Superman will be a black man. So, you know what? Wait, is this that twist you be talking about? Is this the twist you were talking about?
What twist?
You were saying like JJ's style is like the same thing but with a twist.
Yeah, he put in some soul. It's got some soul spices.
Some soul spice.
Some of the JJ spice mixed with some of that soul. Woo.
I was gonna say,
mama cooking with a new taste you ain't never even heard of before. You know what I mean?
something like
your
this.
Mama for this choice. Slap your mama. That's how good this Superman gonna be.
Something like this prevents it from hopefully being the remakes that he loves to do, but who knows, man? He could still probably make it be a remake.
What do you think it's gonna be like, Black Superman?
I don't know what that means, because the first thing that comes to mind, like, are you gonna, like, is it really, what does that Black Superman mean? Is it just Steel, right? Is it the Henry Adams? I don't remember his name. The dude with that Shaq played.
That's not Superman. Nah.
You ain't counting him? You ain't counting him?
Nah, his name's Steel, right?
Hey,
right?
he was 1 of 4, dog. He was 1 of 4.
Don't try to cop out on us. Superman, right?
So then if it's Black Superman, like, is he still Clark? Or is it just, like, another Kryptonian? Like, what are we doing? Obviously, we don't know that answer.
That's what I'm
Oh, here. Look, they got more nuts. They got more stuff. Let me read it. Blah, 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 blah. Who's Calvin Ellis? Is that it? Do I need to Google this? Let me see. Let's see if we can uncover the mystery right now. Oh, Calvin Ellis. Here we go. A Kryptonian named Kal-El, also known as Superman, is a Kryptonian president of the United States. Shit. On a different Earth. He black, he Superman, and he president. All three of them shits. All three of them shits. Damn.
And nobody knew about this. This is the problem. Nobody even knew about this.
On his Earth, he became Superman in addition to being the president. It is likely he is native to Vatlo Island due to his reference. He operates from the White House, where Brainiac serves as his personal computer and even covers for him while he does his duties as Superman. Let's go. Well, there's your answer. So he's the other Kal-El.
So it's just an alternate story or from
Yeah. Calvin Ellis.
Okay. Yeah, all right, there you go.
I'm rolling. I could dig it like that.
I'm not into Superman that much.
Superman's tough. Superman is tough. He's a tough one.
He is the generic superhero. So like, I just don't care what color, where Superman came from. I'm not that interested in. Never been interested in Superman. I don't really like Superman. I actually don't really like him.
I don't blame I
always like Batman. That's the Pepsi Coke for DC, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I always roll with Batman. Fuck Superman.
A lot of his things suck. Like a lot. It doesn't help that a lot of his media has sucked. Like a lot of his movies is lame or generic, like you say. Like his coolest stuff. The closer you get to the comic, is the closer you get to an actual cool Superman story. You know. Like, and then the comics,
but the mainstream Superman,
trash,
is like, wow.
trash. He's trash. Right. Yeah, he's trash. Like, you need to go to the cartoons to even get a semblance of something dope happening here. You know. Yeah, if they're doing that story, honestly, I would much prefer that. Like, because like this goes to DC as a whole, right? And them making all their weird movies. Like, it would. You know, I think it's good that they given up on the Marvel dream, right? Marvel's already got their universe. Like, what if the DC dream is like, yo, let's just do, especially for the people that we don't need more reboots, like we're getting with Batman, like Like, we know what a Batman is. Maybe do the what if stories for them, the alternate universes for them, you know? And yeah, man, Black Superman's the way, then let's just do it, you know? Let's just do it.
They could have gave us Batman.
What do you mean? You want Black Batman instead?
Yeah.
You want to trade Black Superman for Black? This remind me of...
He gave me the president of the country, too. He get busy in the streets, and he can't fly around all these fancy powers. When we ever had powers, you know what I mean?
Yo, that remind
Finally got
me...
a brother running his own company, fighting crime with his bare hands in the street at night.
Yo, this remind me of Dave Chappelle and the draft. Remember the draft, the race draft?
You want Superman?
You want to trade? You want to trade Superman?
He don't know about the pain. Well, he do. He do. He literally know.
He
about,
did
like,
lose
genocide
a
and
hope.
shit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I mean, they both kind of fit, but you know, I relate more to Batman. I ain't living no space type shit. That's like some slavery type shit. Batman dealing with present day shit. You know what I mean? In the neighborhood, the community, you can see this shit. You know what I mean?
This makes sense now
Superman
that they
don't
got
know
that
what it's
writer.
like to take the Gotham 2 train uptown at night at 2 p.m. Back during the Two-Face days, you know what I mean? He here flying around and shit. Who know what he doing?
This makes more sense now that they got that writer, though.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be cool. I'm just not a big fan of Superman.
And yo, for Black Batman, you could just do fuck, I always forget his name. Morgan Freeman's son, though. Whoever Morgan Freeman is, I forgot his name. Like what? Yeah, you do Lucius Fox's son, because I believe he has a turn at Batman too. You know, just do him. It's nice. It's already there.
Yeah,
like that
I just
story's
like
already
Batman.
there.
Batman's just a better character than Superman.
Yeah.
Superman's like the archetype generic of the generic everything. His name is just
Superman.
Superman.
Same thing for Wonder Woman, you know? Same thing.
Fly. Of course, you got laser beam eyes, right? That was probably cool back in the day. And freeze thing. Yeah, X-ray vision. It's just, you know, Superman can do anything.
Let's see. The next story is Krypton Season 3. I didn't even know Krypton was still airing. WandaVision. Kevin Feige reveals why they replaced Quicksilver with Fox Quicksilver. I mean, I assume it's an obvious thing, right? Like just because wouldn't that be cooler? Like, I don't know if that needs an explanation. That's one of the fun things about developing these things or blue skying it in the rooms. My favorite part of the process is always the very beginning when we're figuring out what something could be. Blah, blah, blah. But I believe it's just another way that certain people were messing around with Wanda. There you go. Let me see. Are you going to watch the new one?
Yeah, I'll watch it one of these days.
Yeah, there's a lot of like backstory in this one.
Yeah, I saw that they had the witch in the last one, which is part of the comic book. I knew that earlier.
So wait,
on.
what's the last?
Like,
what's that last episode you
episode,
seen?
Whatever the last one was.
Also,
Seven,
you
right?
saw like Agatha make her
It's
debut with the theme song.
Yeah, she had her reveal finally. Yeah, that shit was kind of. That shit was dumb as hell.
I wish you saw it today. Only because, you know what's funny? I wasn't gonna read this, and I'm still not gonna read it. But I'll read the headline. The headline in the 10th and final comic book story is why I'm worried about WandaVision right now. And I'm like, I just glanced at it and I was like, oh, this is one of those we need content articles. It's just your opinion. It doesn't mean actually nothing. You know, like I don't need to read this. But there is something that happens on today's WandaVision that the two other people I talked to, David and Gerald, had. They they both, even they couldn't defend what I saw, and it's funny. It just reminded me of Marvel's classic trope. Oh shit, the show's about to be over. Looks like we should do something. We need a villain, and it wasn't Agatha. It was evil so and so. I'll let you figure out who it was, but basically, it was my favorite Marvel villain, the Mirror.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's like their formula.
yo.
At this point, it's like in the solo joints, they always just gonna fight themselves.
If we gonna make fun of JJ, that's Marvel's sauce, right?
Spider-Man kind of like the only one that be fighting like just different people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because Venom's out there. Venom's
making.
making superstar movies. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of yeah that's true.
No, but if you look at the origin story of Venom, Venom came late to the game. He's not even around for most of his life.
That's not really like his mainstay. Yeah, it's like it becomes a primary arc rival for him. But he already had mad established villains before that.
I think Batman is one of the best examples. Superman too, in that their primary villains are not their mirror matches. They exist, but they're not their mirror matches.
Their main dude, right. But Spider-Man has a few mirror matches per se, but.
They're not his mains either. They're not his mains. They're not tormented like Marvel villains seem to be.
I was like, what is going on?
And that's not who I'm talking about. That's not who I'm talking about.
No, I got you. But I had read about her, like, maybe when the second episode came out. And it was like...
Oh, you was early. 10. You was early on that, yeah.
They were speculating at the time. Because it hadn't been revealed at that point. But they were just pointing out that there was a witch in Marvel named Agatha that is part of her storyline. I think it's part of a storyline that where he helps, where she does give birth. Like she's instrumental in that and shows her magic. And I don't remember the whole little story that I read, but yeah, she's like, I think she survived getting burnt at the stake in the Salem witch trials or something like that. Like her story is like kind of goes back to that joint, or like
they show some of that, but similar to Civil War, I bet you they changed some of it for this, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure it's a little bit tweaked, but she was like tried or something at the Salem witch trials and like I don't know, use her power to escape. I don't know exactly, or they killed her and I don't know, some type of shit like that. But she's like a legit witch.
Yeah.
But and that's. Oh, Scarlet Witch. I don't know if that in that storyline, that's where some of that comes from too.
Yeah. No. But, watch it today. If just for that moment, I'm telling you, as it ruins the show.
They reveal it all crazy too. They reveal it bad
retarded. Man, it's a color change and everything. It's a color change. It's like a playing a video game and everything.
The Agatha reveal was nuts. I was like, this is crazy.
No, see, that was dope. This is not dope.
It was funny though. It was funny, but I'm now imagining
you remember
they put this in.
You remember 12 from Street Fighter 3?
Mm-hmm.
You do. It's fun. He's that color. But what's funny is 12 is actually in Street Fighter 5. And a lot of people were angry because they thought he was one of the DLC people. This is the lazy way to do 12. I didn't even remember some of this. But yo, 12, they just put him in Street Fighter 5. And all he is a character flip. Like, he's basically Mokujin. Every round, he changes character. Like... And I was like, yo, that is some lazy shit. I was like, yo, the last time I played 12, I swear he had a move list. I swear he had a move set. But because he can transform, they just put him in there and that's it.
He was like Venom.
Yeah, but he didn't do Venom.
Like
but he had moves. He ain't copy people. Not anymore. Now he's just everybody else. Now he's just Ryu and Ken and Chun-Li and whoever random select. He's basically random select per match, per round. But funny enough, he looks. It's almost. That's the mirror match. It's 12.
What's like the show motif they take?
What do you mean?
Like last one was Survivor or Real World. I don't know how you want to call the last one. You know, they had the little confession rooms.
Or you mean like sitcom? Like what sitcom is this?
Yeah, like what do they?
Oh, no, there is none.
Okay, so they leaving that all alone now.
This is
the Real World.
Yeah, basically, I'm trying to do it without like spoilers and shit. It's kind of like a journey of what really happened. Like
okay.
Because there's some shit revealed like that they showed what happened, but here's what really happened. So, and I'll leave it. It's good though. It's good. It's good except for that. Except for that. Except for that potential mirror match. Yeah, that might kill the show. That's kind of sad, you know. That might kill it. If that's a big part of it, yo. If Doctor Strange has to come because of his mirror match, that might kill the show. I think blah blah blah.
I think that's the formula, though.
It is, but
I don't think like they're not gonna do that. Like, there's like few outliers like Ego and like I don't know. There might be one or two that is like kind of not really mirror matches, and then they're just their own ridiculous. But right, like other than Thanos and Ego, who's a mirror match? I mean, everybody else had a mirror match. Like you can't count Civil War. Who else? Iron Man 4 Iron Mans. Iron Man just fought man Iron Man. All his movie, he just fight Iron Man.
Yo, they about to have
himself.
Iron Man dead, and he about to have War Machine with the Iron War struggle with the Iron War.
Yeah, nah, he always fighting other robots. You know what I mean, Ultron, just another Iron Man. You know what I mean, Captain America, right? Red Skull or whoever, Bucky, sort of. Or, I mean, Civil War don't count, but who else? Black Panther.
Should I put up the list? Should I pull up the Marvel phase list?
Thor.
I don't know. Is Loki a thing?
He ain't like a mirror match, so I wouldn't. I say Thor's a little different. His sister was kind of, I don't know. I guess I ain't gonna call that a mirror match. You know what I'm saying? So Thor's kind of in the clear. Thor's all right.
All right, look. Here we go. Iron Man 1. Look, Iron Man 1 mirror match. Incredible Hulk. Is that the one that he fights what's his face? Abomination. That's a mirror match. Abomination.
Talking about the mirror match one. Okay.
Yeah. That's it, cuz that's the one that's canon for this. Iron Man 2 is he fights fake Omega Red that turns into Iron Man.
He just got an Iron Man core with whips. Just, you know what I mean?
No, but when that fails, right? When Omega Red
he get a big suit.
He turns into evil Iron Man. He turns into evil.
Big Iron Man. Big evil Iron Man.
Thor, he loses his powers. Who does he fight in there? He fights like a silver thing, right? And that's it. He just loses his powers. That's a lose power movie. That's it, right?
Thor movies is clear. Thor's, I think, clear all the way through.
Captain America, first Avenger, Red Skull. Red Skull's not a mirror match, but
it might as well be.
Yeah, it might as well be.
I know what you're saying, but it is.
It is, but I can accept that a little bit more because that's like at least who he should be fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's who she. All these others, it's not who they need to be fighting. You know, I don't need to be seeing. Then the Avengers. They just fight the Empire.
They just fight goons.
Yeah. Goons. Iron Man 3. Oh my gosh. No, it's not. They fight. Iron Man 3 is the bait switch. Yeah, it's the bait switch because it's supposed to be
the Mandarin. That's when the Mandarins.
So it's fake Mandarin, and this is where I find this movie insulting. That guy was just like a side character in the he's not even like a real bad guy. Like he was just a wiki note until this movie. He was just he didn't even have his own wiki. He had his own his wiki was in other Marvel characters. He just had a paragraph. That's it. So it was kind of a bait and switch to fuck with us. So it's really what's that actor's name? Like that's who he fought. He didn't even
Yeah.
He fought Lava Man. Is it Guy Pearce or like who's this guy? I feel like it's Guy Pearce or some shit. I can't. Why wouldn't you list the actors? It don't even matter. But yeah, he fights Lava Man or some shit where they like burn. Like what happened to that? Like, and that girl got infected too. So he does fight Guy Pearce. He fights Guy Pearce, but the girl has lava powers at the end, and then I guess they just retcon that shit out. Like, 'cause she never really, Pepper Potts never really has those powers again. Thor Dark World. That's where he fights the elf. That's not a mirror, right? I think that's a mirror.
Yeah, no.
Winter Soldier's kind of a mirror, though. I mean, if we giving him Red Skull, Yo, I can't front. Captain America got the good mirrors, yo. Those mirrors, they're not perfectly mirror. You know what I mean? Like they
make sense.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, it just kind of is what it is. But it's still,
But those are good. Those are the only good mirrors of the Captain America mirror. Those other mirrors is trash. Guardians of the Galaxy. I guess they dance battle with Ronan.
Safe. They just be fighting nonsense.
Ultron is what you. I mean, they both kind of show up in the same movie.
Just a robot. He's just a
Evil
robot.
Vision, maybe. Evil Vision.
Yo, no, they end up just fighting mad Ultron bots. Like, it's really a war. It's an android war. Vision just a combination of Ultron and Iron Man. Nah, that shit a mirror match.
Ant-Man.
Who's the bad guy?
I gotta pull it up. I think Ant-Man does have a lot of like mirror people. I feel like. Oh yeah, it's the Wasp guy. It is evil Ant-Man. Ant-Man is evil Ant-Man. Yeah, it's like, Civil War. No, that's Iron Man. That's not really a mirror match at all.
No, we don't count that.
Doctor Strange. That is. Yeah, it's evil sorcerer. Yeah, that's a mirror. Ego and Galaxy 2. Homecoming. The Vulture. Nope.
Spider-Man's safe.
Thor Ragnarok safe too, right? Who's the bad?
That's his sister.
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna call that a mirror match though. Her powers.
It's not. It's not a mirror at all. Black Panther. Black Panther is sad because on the comic books, he's not actually a mirror match. He's only a mirror match in the movies. It's like they purposely steered it that way.
Costume select.
Yeah. Infinity War, not a mirror match. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I want to say probably this is where they fight Ghost. It's not exactly a mirror, but might as well be.
Nah.
Not to a year a mirror or no? The Wasp.
That one's a weird one.
That's the girl one. She's a ghost.
Yeah, I won't say it's completely a mirror.
But they do kind of float. They flirt with his power set. Like his quantum world. All these people.
Yeah. No, I get you. No, I know what you're saying.
Captain Marvel.
It's not a terrible one though.
Captain Marvel. It is not a mirror match, but it's one of.
This basically is though.
No, it's not.
Don't she just fight that? He just didn't. I don't know.
No, she fighting Jude Law. So what I was gonna say.
I know who she fighted.
My problem. This is a problem I have with like.
He had bootleg Captain Marvel powers. He had
no
Captain
power.
Marvel light. I know he had the machines. He had his little ray gun. I know what you're saying, but that was a whack.
So this is the Superman story, and that you make God and then you put him against man, and I'm like, well, that's really a boring movie. God versus man is not exciting. Man's gonna get their ass.
And what I'm saying is, the man powers were just like shitty robotic versions of his powers. Couldn't he like kind of boost and shoot stuff, and he was stronger? Like obviously she's OP, but it was, that was.
Endgame.
It's not a mirror match, but that was why.
Endgame, no. And then Far From Home, no. As Mysterio, that's Spider-Man. It's Mysterio.
Yeah, see, Spider-Man safe.
And that's it.
See, majority of them are mirror matches. I think it's just part of the formula they use. You know what I mean?
Forthcoming. Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor, Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania, Blade and Fantastic Four, and Deadpool. Undetermined if that's part of these movies or not. Deadpool 3. There you go. That's the stuff. Oh, Doctor Strange also listed in the Spider-Man movie as well. like Doctor Strange hopping in all these things. So supposedly, assuming that next week is the last week, I believe Doctor Strange is supposed to show up as well too. So at some point, Doctor Strange is supposed to show up to one of these things. But
it's gonna get interesting.
AMC $5 million bonus at a time when many of the company's employees have been laid off and several of its theaters are closed during COVID-19, according to public filings. Well, shout out to AMC. Man, like this is in Variety too, so it's funny because it's like the movie industry shitting on itself. But the picture they chose, he just looked like a scumbag CEO.
They never pick a good picture. Scumbag, he always got some crazy looking picture. I mean, I don't know. How long has that been the compensation structure at AMC? Did they just write that yesterday and he just was in the midst of all of this? And I guess he could have declined it, but I don't know. Ain't nobody have a problem with that being the case, right? Until now.
Let's see. Anything else
Good
here?
times was people complaining about it or highlighting it.
I mean, it was just, I don't know. Clearly, like, they're probably saying, you could have used that money for other things in the company. People keeping their jobs.
That's not what my compensation package says. That's not how it works. You should
start like pulling
times clause in there.
Like data for the streaming. WandaVision audience bigger than Netflix Bridgerton in January, data suggests. More people watch WandaVision than anything else on every other platform in January.
There you go.
In January though, but damn, in December, Soul, look at that. Soul actually beat Wonder Woman by like nearly double. Yo, Disney Soul, son. The damn piano Pixar movie, dog.
It's such a broad market for that movie though, like
that's wild. But you know what's interesting? Like if those movies come out simultaneously in the theater, Wonder Woman probably wins. And I'm not like, especially worldwide, but in a world where they're locked in on streaming, it's crazy how it shifts. I feel like Christmas probably has something to do with that too. Like if you're at home on Christmas versus going to the theater on Christmas, right? You're probably picking something different because you're watching stuff with the family, Like, yeah, so How to Read 81. WandaVision was nearly 81.3 times more watched than the average title across streaming VOD platforms in January. Damn, so if I knew how to read this, then Soul must be exponential like this for December. But then the second movie is Christmas Chronicles Part 2, then Wonder Woman in December. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is Christmas related for this. Time using streaming devices in January 21. 23% people are watching Netflix. Second place is Hulu at 12%. Prime Video at 5%. Disney Plus at 3%. That's what I'm saying. Yo, Disney's at like a very interesting like thing because I feel like with that one drop they dominate everything, and then no one uses that app till next week.
It's like a niche of content.
Yeah,
it's kid. It's like family friendly content for the most part. Like you're not gonna find Predator 2 on there. You're not gonna find like it's just.
And it's funny, the places where you would find Predator 2 is Hulu, which is their second place. Yeah.
Right. So that's just if you want everything other than this, then you could go to Hulu or any of the other ones. But it's like a powerful niche that they have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like it's not just some little niche. Like it's a niche that has a broad audience, family friendly, right? So that's a big market, but I don't expect people to just be on Disney, or it don't make sense for most adults to just be on Disney all day unless they with their kids. You know what I mean? Like in most cases.
In the future, I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know, stick to this one episode all the time thing. But they announced like 500 things last year. You know, we talked about it. And I mean, assuming those things are dropping, I don't know, like if they're really dropping at a quicker rate, there's a chance then that more people would be tuning in more than just one Friday a week, you know? That would probably keep more eyes. But yeah, like you just said, it's a powerful niche. It's a niche, but it's a powerful niche. Because, I'm telling you, like, if you look at the top 10 on Netflix right now, and some of that stuff is quality, but some of it is also trash. And it's like, it's kind of amazing, the platform, because the movie that was the big movie of the week last week, I Care a Lot, right? It's a pretty good movie. It's probably, you know, good enough that you release it in November. Yeah, so you know, look, you know what it is. Like that girl, it's probably one of those movies for that girl to win an award, right? It's a good movie. I love the soundtrack. That soundtrack, got that shit on Spotify. That's a dope soundtrack. But like, it's funny. I'm like, man, if this movie came out in the theater, probably no one watches it, and it's just kind of something for her resume, and maybe it wins an award or two for her acting, you know? But you put this movie on Netflix, right, where it has like nearly 300 million people around the world subscribers, and everybody watches just because it's on that platform, you know? Like, yet if you were to drop this in the movie theater, that movie is not gonna make bank. You know what I mean? But you drop it on Netflix, and that movie's #1 movie. Maybe, I don't know about the world. I don't know, right? I don't follow that much, but definitely in America for a week and a half, you know? Like, that's pretty wild. Like
It's easy access. And if you don't like it, you could just immediately turn it off and switch to something else. Like, if you go to the movie, you got to be clear, right? Like, you're going to see what you're going to see. If you end up sitting there and don't like it, then you got to buy a ticket for something else. Or just sit through a movie you don't like it. It's just easy to even just try shit, right? Like,
yeah,
you might not even know what the fuck watch this, yo. This shit
I'm probably watching every HBO Max movie this year. Like of the 17 movie drops they got, just because they coming home. When I know for a fact in the normal world COVID don't happen, I probably would have only seen like 2 of those movies, like Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman.
You have to pay for all of them individually.
Yeah.
You have to go somewhere to go actually watch it. And if it's whack, you stuck.
Yeah. It would have just been Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman. That's it. It would have just been those 2 movies, and that's it. Everything else, I see it when it comes home, whenever it comes home, if I see it at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because they're here, now look, I seen Wonder Woman. I seen Denzel, These Little Things. I seen Judas and the Black Messiah. I don't want to see Tom and Jerry. That dropped today. But my mom wants to see it. I got another friend who wants to see it, and I'm like, am I weird for not wanting to see Tom and Jerry? Is that like... But I don't know. You got any things of the week?
No.
No.
And
not even anything. I didn't even say music. I just said anything of the week. You're like, no, I got nothing.
I'm trying to think. I saw some of the Dmx Drink Champs. That was
I saw like the first 5 minutes. I haven't gotten through more of it.
That's about it. Anything that I had on in the background, I wasn't paying attention to. Salty bets. That's my thing.
Oh shit!
That's a staple now.
You still watching the Salty Bets?
Yeah, no, that's just background music now. And that sometimes there's some wild shit going on, some crazy shit I didn't even be seen. Shit be giving me ideas about my life. Wow. See what he just did? What? People breaking rules in there, all kind of shit. Yeah, Salty Bets. I'm gonna shout out Salty Bets.
Salty Bets. Let's go.
Salty Bets. Duke been making music. See, he in the zone. He making the mega beat.
You still here? You hear us, Duke, or not? I'm gonna assume. No, it's just saying. You got anything of the week? Anything? Any piece of media people should see?
LTD Love Ballad.
What's that?
You said song of the week? Anything?
Yeah, anything of the week. If that's a song, fine. Song
LTD,
works.
yeah. LTD Love Ballad.
Got you. I'll look that up. Alright. I guess for me it'll be Rush, but fuck, they got like 500 million albums. I don't know if I could just pick a song. Yo, I'm gonna pick the album Grace Under Pressure, yo. 1984, right before me and you born. And I mean, I was hearing some of those tones. I was like, yo, if I could get my guitar to sound like that, I'd have some fun. Like that, the way that shit sound. I don't even mean me play like him. I just mean I want my shit to sound like that. That shit sound like a beast. Like that shit was ferocious. But yeah, Rush, Grace Under Pressure album. But yeah, that's it. Last words, dog.
Mm.
It was the last homes. That's what you giving us.
Yo, Superman's whack. All right, I want people to know.
Understand.
This nigga don't like that nigga.
He's not wrong, man. Superman kind of trash. He is kind of trash, yo.
Yeah, let's all clear the air on that. I want to clear the air that Superman fucking trash.
There you go.
Superman got people like the Punisher out here with nothing but arms, fighting all kind of shit. So talk about Superman. You know what he sound like? Sound like a lot of privilege. A lot of privilege.
Damn, he living that privileged life, dog.
Superman. What could you ask for?
Well, there you go. All right. All right, bake that chicken, smoke that turkey, Boosh.